And that's it. We're live. Here we go. So, here's a bad company. Uncle John's going to be a little bit late. We'll get started without him. No big deal. Drink responsibly. If you're a minor, don't drink on YouTube. It's against the law. Everybody else, bottoms up. As far as I know, video and audio is good. Yeah, I wasn't going to start while Ozzy was still on because he has a guest on tonight. But Toddzilla had to run, and he told me go ahead and start. No big deal. Uncle John's just, he's still out of town. From Nationals, I guess he's hanging out with his parents and stuff who he hasn't seen in a while. So he's just out for dinner right now with them. He will jump on as soon as he's done dinner back at the hotel. Until then, it's just us, ladies and gentlemen. Just us. What's up, guys? Yeah, I know Ozzy was going, but he said he was wrapping up, so whatever. Danger Cooper, what's up, beer man? What's going on, buddy? Devin's Farm, nice to see you in the chat as usual. Yeah, normally I don't like going at the same time as Ozzy, but I think his was like a last minute fucking impromptu live just because Toddzilla was available to get on there. I can't wait till Uncle John gets on here. There was so much going on with Nationals that I really want to talk to him about. Evan, drink responsibly, or you might as well not drink at all. That is something you would say, AA. Not interested in your nonsense. Zo, what's going on, buddy? Evan, you're the best. Arb, dinosaur, wolf, ghost, goat, sheep, frog, phone, boot. I don't even understand what that's supposed to say, Carolyn. It's just an awful lot of fucking emojis. I don't know how to use them. Daniel Schwartz, what's going on, buddy? World's strongest man. The Nightmare. What makes you so scary, Daniel? I'd really like to know. What's the nightmare from? I don't have nightmares. And my dreams are all way too fucked up to ever talk about on here. Ready Fang. I like that. That's hilarious. It's hilarious. You hate Ozzy, just admit it. No, I like Ozzy. Ozzy's a good dude. And I like actually listening to his chats, even his commentating. I'd like to see Ozzy actually getting hired to do some real commentating. Big B, what's going on, buddy? How you feeling? Y'all fucked up still? Ribs healing up? Dan's a keyboard warrior. Most people are. Congrats to the Razor on becoming a national champion. I never heard anything about this. Slowly healing up. Yeah, broken ribs tend to really fuck you up. It gets painful. Well, improvement's always a good thing, man. As long as it just keeps getting better, it's not getting any worse. So we can deal with that. Bolzen, what's going on? You were just at Nationals as well. I wonder how that went. Move this, click that, hit that. Nope, no. God damn. Oh, fuck. I'm so bad with computers. I don't know how to use anything. So much better if I understood how to do things. I have nightmares about me doing very bad things, but I know really it's a demon that just looks like me. Why is there demons that look like you? That's fucked up. Chris Lacko gave me the name after seeing my intensity on the table. Off the table, I'm a very different person. Todd Zilla versus Boss Michael Todd. That's actually a really, really interesting matchup. I can't wait to see it. There, forward. I knew that way. Zilla versus Monster Michael Todd. Probably Monster Michael Todd. Todd Zilla's always had a hard time with the King's move, even when Devin wasn't good at the King's move yet. He still had a problem there. So, Daniel, I thought it was you after a few brews out of the boot. AA Nightmare. AA Nightmare. That's even better. Devin, do you feel more drunken when you smoke or no difference? I don't know. Yeah, Monster Michael Todd's probably got to be a big favorite. I mean, just stylistically, the way that Todd Hutchins loses his head and just drives sideways through people, that's got to be the hardest way to get through a good King's move. Tillier and Canningham, that's the one I'm really looking forward to seeing. If Roger can get the brakes on Craig at all, that can be fucking awesome. Arm wrestling has the best people, fans of the sport, and competitors, loyal group. Yeah, arm wrestling's awesome for a lot of reasons. I mean, the competition's great too, but just the events, the people, that's what keeps me going to it. I think Zilla's going to take it, and like Wolf said, Monster Michael Todd versus. Well, he'll probably pull Auden, maybe Milo, then probably try Habry, and then move on to us in the OVHH because he can't get no wins. I'm really curious about Mike Todd's current form now that he's in good shape and confident, and assuming his riser pronator. I don't think his riser pronator is going to be all healed up. I have no idea. Where's Marcus? Not a clue. I haven't seen him around today. Anyone know what Monster Michael Todd's current weight is? Zilla just said 230. No, I think he was just 255. He just weighed in at the other day, but not positive. I was sent up over from Devin under. What? Oh, I don't get it. I don't understand how Roger has a chance against Tillier if the match stops. Isn't it Tullier's game? No, Tillier, fast, smash, hook. Roger, all about digging in, getting his elbow in behind, and just bearing in there and staying forever. Stop match, definitely going to be for Roger's side. With arm wrestling, what other body muscles develop besides arms? Your back is a lot of dragging, and mostly it's not large muscle groups. Like your hand really dictates what you can do, and the integrity of your elbow and how strong that is isn't really based on any large muscle group. Your cup, so your forearm will get rather large, but rather than that, like your pronation is just a very, very tiny little muscles. Your riser is, you don't really see that stuff. So it's not really going to be a big muscle growth, except for probably your forearm. Generally, elbows get really thick for good arm wrestlers. Devin, do you think people are a little quick to write off Monster Michael Todd after a few losses? It's not like, no, losses happens to everybody. There's two people at the table in every match, and only one of them gets to win. And he's not pulling bums. Even his left arm actually looked pretty good, which is funny because his left's not great. But he beat Robbie Topi, who's a bad fucking dude. So what are you going to say there? I don't think he'll beat me. Black cat is named Prayer, I think. Well, if you're talking about Zilla's cats. I have no idea what Zilla's cats are. Yeah, arm wrestling definitely will stroke people's egos a little bit, unless they go to tournaments or they're looking to see where they're actually at. If you just want to sit around and pull, guys in matches that you're supposed to win, pulling people below you on the rankings all the time, or, picking on new guys and shit. Yeah, you can stroke your ego a bit like that. But if you're actually testing yourself to find out where you are, you should be losing. Otherwise you're not challenging yourself enough. You need to take losses. That's basically how arm wrestling works. When you start, you suck, you lose to everybody. Then you start winning matches, then you start winning amateur events. As soon as you start winning those amateur events, it's time to start losing again, and you jump into the open division. Then you start losing again. Then you start winning some matches, and then you start winning some events, and then it's time to branch out again and start losing. You can't just pull these local events anymore. You got to start looking for the bigger, better tournaments, or traveling to other areas where there's, ranked pullers that are going to be at it, and just keep pushing yourself up. Or you can do it super match style. Make the call out. One of you is going to have to travel. Usually it costs a little bit of money. But yeah, generally I'm not too interested in pulling local tournaments that I just walk through. It's not a whole lot of fun. Winning's cool, I guess, but I'd rather get into a tough fight and see where I'm actually at. Time to put the right on the map. Does your right actually work, Roger? Ready Bank sent all the guys over to watch. Hope all is well. Yeah, Ozzy's a good dude. Seeing the viewer to like ratio. I need another beer. Oh, geez, 3-1. Not bad. No, Devin also has a black cat. Don't know what his name is. Devin just keeps calling him her black cat during unboxing days. I've never seen Devin's black cat. Oh, really? How nice. Giving love to black. White wolf loving black cats. All right. Winning sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. People that just win all the time. Now, if you're someone like Toddzilla, he doesn't pick and choose his opponents. He doesn't ask who his opponent is. Usually they ask him if he's available to pull at this event, and he says this much money. They say okay or not. Then he goes. They fill in the details later. So a guy like him, when you're doing it that way, it's literally profession. You're getting paid. You don't care who the opponent is. You're getting paid win or lose, whatever. We got Uncle John coming on shortly, and I have sent a few other invites to other people. If we get guests, cool. If not, no worries. But yeah, if Todd Hutchins was the guy picking his own matches like that, I'm sure he'd be picking some tougher matches to really test himself. But he's had some really good matches lately anyways. Evan, did you see Uncle John talking about who Dennis should pull first when he comes back? Do you have any people in mind for him? I did not see that. I don't know. I think he should just go right to the top. I don't think Dennis needs tune-up matches. I think he just needs time to get strong. Whenever he's ready to get that strong, he should just go for it. Roger, I can't believe how good you did at Keystone with untrained arm and post-surgery post holding on. You weren't pulling left with it already, were you? Why is it so hard for big, strong dudes to get good at arm wrestling if they're already strong? Because it's hard to get training with big, strong dudes that are able to deal with your strength so that they can actually show you how the technique's important. You're a big, strong cat, and the only good arm wrestlers you have in the local club are 165 pounds or something. When they try to show you, okay, so we're going to try to move our hands this way, and this is important, work on this, and he's like, why? I could just do this. And if you can't stop him, why would he ever figure out that he should listen? So I will take Chance in the July 23rd match against Bath. You surprised at all with Marcio losing to Aracli? No, I picked Aracli to win that. What did you think of Emily and Brandon Elsesser? I actually still haven't watched that match. I saw one of the rounds, and it was not close. But I'm not surprised. Emily's strong as fuck. Did you have competition on the weekend or is it coming up? I'm supposed to be pulling next weekend. Well, this coming up weekend against JP Wapache. But I'm having a hard time getting answers from the dude, so probably not going to be happening. Daniel, Evan needs yellow t-shirt dude from 98 podcast on with him. Who's yellow t-shirt dude on the 98? Roger's good at arm wrestling, but terrible at smoking weed. Loves the mids. Also, tendon strength is different from muscular strength. Tendon strength is completely different from muscular strength. Muscular strength is all about the strength of contraction from the muscle fibers. Tendon strength is a tensile strength. There's actually no power in a tendon. It doesn't apply force. It just holds force. It's like a crane. The hydraulics on the cable is what's moving the objects and what's creating all that force. The tendons are kind of like just that steel cable. It's either it holds or it doesn't. It doesn't apply any force, just holds the force that's being applied to it from the hydraulics, which would be the muscles. Has anybody ever seen the guy arm wrestling 2022 talked about how Devin fooled everybody on the betting, how he robbed everybody, all his fans? He's also posting that a lot of Devin's pictures are Photoshop. No idea. No idea. Ron Bath will show Chance who's daddy. That might happen. I got Chance on it, though. Marcio was injured coming into the Irakli match. Check his channel. Well, what the fuck are you doing showing up? Wow, whatever. Everybody's always fucking injured. I haven't been completely injury-free. Fuck. In 2014, maybe 2015 was the last time I was injury-free. Depends on if a trained and prepared Ron Bath shows up or not. I think Ron Bath in his best shape, it could be close. If not, I think Chance is just too good at exactly what he wants to do. Corey and blah, blah. I'm leaning towards Corey on this one. Maybe John for the match, but for the shutout stakes, I got Corey. How do tendons get stronger then as opposed to muscles? Well, muscles get stronger, by exercising them, doing those workouts, forcing the muscles to do their job, breaking them down, building them back up, diet and exercise. Tendons, just time under tension. So your body doesn't want to get hurt, right? You hang out in a lot of these. So tendons and ligaments are going to work the same way. It's just a thickening to strengthen them. You end up in these weird positions all the time. So I'll put my wrist up against a training partner's wrist. We'll turn it sideways. We'll lean our shoulders in front of our hand into a complete break arm position. And then we just hold there and we just hang out very, very light. And we just hang out. No big deal. Now, you got to do it with somebody that's not an idiot, because if they start trying to show off or something, somebody's going to break the fucking arm. But what happens is you just forcing blood flow and work to be done by the ligaments. Also, you're putting rotational pressure onto your humerus bone. Your arms are not meant to handle this kind of stress. Your body just gets used to it. Says, oh shit, the guy running the show here's an idiot and he's going to try to tear my shit apart. So over time, your body will just strengthen itself to avoid damage. Tendons the same, just lots and lots of time holding in these positions. They're going to strengthen. Generally, it's the muscle that's the problem. If your tendon fails you, it breaks or it tears something. If your muscle fails, usually it'll just open and you lose. Also, a lot of people are just born with stronger tendons or not. What foods or type of training can help for tendon strength? There's lots of stuff. Just go and Google search collagen synthesis. Well, there's a dude on that Discord, the arm wrestling Discord, that's got supplements for everything. Conditioned to become stronger. Yeah, they just get thicker, basically. Interested in why you're not a fan of John. He admits to TRT personality. Well, he admits to TRT. He doesn't admit to everything else he does, and it's a lot. But I didn't say I'm not a fan of him. Just I don't say his name around here because you know, we're high hookers. That's a dirty word. Pullers that come to mind with ridiculous tendon strength. All the good ones. All the good ones. If you're able to apply that much force and your arm doesn't fucking fall apart, that tendon strength is there. It'll let go if it's not. So the stronger you are, the stronger your tendons have to be to hold that same force. Okay. 74 viewers with 38 likes. You guys suck at pushing that fucking button. Where are we here? Evan, watching at work tonight. Man, I want on your next show, we can talk nationals and our upcoming super match. Upcoming super match? Why would we have an upcoming super match? You know what, Tyler? Depending on how my schedule works out, if I'm doing Crazy George right-handed at the Wasaga Beach event, that could be one that we could go left. Devin's classy finger. Welcome to being a light beer drinker. Thanks for the support, buddy. Crazy George, once again, national champ. Crazy George is ridiculous. I can't wait to pull him. He's awesome. Ryan, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, that match with Crazy George, that's going to suck. It's going to be so much fun. Anybody that gets a chance to pull Crazy George for a super match should do it, but they're probably going to lose. Getting one win on that dude is impressive. Trying to do it 3 times in a row? Oof. Devin's classy finger and Devin's form. How many more body parts of Devin's are we going to get in here? It's starting to get a little fucking weird. You know what? Pretend I didn't say that. I don't want to be giving anybody the ideas. I had all sorts of fucking weird Devin body parts. Evan, what are your thoughts on Vresh? That dude is a fucking freak. He's incredible. He's like the only reason that dropping weight's not that great of an idea. Like, you stay big and you got guys like Cody Merritt. Every other weight class you got to deal with Fresh. Like, all the way down to like 176. It's fucking nuts. Crazy George at Monster Factory, East versus West, or King of the Table against Europe's top lightweights. If George is in shape, he beats them all. He really does. Now, he hasn't been as active as he used to be before COVID, so I don't know. But, yeah. When George is ready, he's a fucking bad dude. I was at the recent Nats. Other than Pork Chop, did anybody else from OVHH compete? We had Darcy there, the Darts Hole, and his wife, Carrie. I think she finished second right-handed. So she did really good. And I think Darcy finished 5th, both hands in the 143. So super awesome for their first nationals. They've been pulling for like a year. It's awesome. Just woke up, 5:30 I'm massive. That's fantastic. Corey Miller and Crazy George. You can't name a guy that can make that same weight class and have me pick somebody that's not George. I'm going to go with George every fucking time because he always wins. And until people beat him, I will never have anybody as the favorite over George. You know, Corey's great. He really is. And he's one of those dudes that goes through the weight classes and pulls them all and wins them all until he gets to the supers, really. But he's not doing it to George. John, how are you doing?
What's up, buddy?
Not a whole lot. Just, following through the chat, having some conversations. Mostly
Nice.
Nationals talk right now. How did George
pulled on? He pulls on Saturday. I mean, small class, Super Grandmasters or whatever.
You pulled the Super Grandmasters?
Yeah, whatever. Ah, shit. Hold on. God damn it.
So the guy pulls super grandmasters. I'm surprised he didn't pull grandmasters and masters as well.
Well, whatever it was, maybe there wasn't super grandmasters. Like, I can't remember. It might have been just grandmasters. So he pulls that, he wins that, and then he pulls on Sunday, and he in the open and is unchallenged, undefeated, unbreakable.
I did see one of his matches that he was in the King's move.
Belfay against Dan Belfay.
Yeah, Dan Belfay is another incredible dude. That guy was world caliber for a long fucking time.
Yeah. And that was, to my recollection, and forgive me, there may have been one other match that there was a bit of a challenge, but the final, it was a long match. But it was like.
And that was against Dan?
Yeah, that was against Dan. Dan got second at 65.
Get fucked up. And you never, anytime Crazy George is in a weight class, looking at who finished where can just be completely inaccurate, because the first time you run into George, if you're not smart enough to say, I'm not doing this right now, your day is over. So
interesting that you say that. Dan pulled him twice before. Dan lost, only lost to George. All three of his losses from George. And the first two, he gave it up right away. He came with the big, huge hit. He wasn't able to get it, immediately gave it up. So
Scraps,
good on Dan.
Hit, stop. Nope. We'll fight later.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. So good on Dan. I mean, he's smart. He's a smart dude.
Yeah. If you have a different game plan than that, you're taking yourself right out of the event.
Yeah, not great. The other guy who impressed me, well, there was a few people who really impressed me. Brad Wade is definitely bad. Bad Brad, dude. He undefeated both arms at 54.
Yeah, so there's a few guys that could possibly give him problems left-handed at 54.
Yeah.
But nobody's touching his right hand, not in Canada.
Dude, I was pulling with him a little bit afterwards. Like, forget about it. That dude is strong as hell.
Was he stronger than you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's raining. I pull a million times and I grip up with him. And then I'm just like, oh, fuck this. I'm not even trying right now. Because it's just, I would have to really, really put it into a higher gear to do anything about him, you know?
Yeah.
It's silly. It's silly.
Yeah, Brad's incredible, phenomenal, and just naturally gifted. He's one of those guys that just walked in and won his first MGC.
Yeah.
Without like arm wrestling before that.
Yeah.
And then I don't think he actually trains all that hard. I believe he just started training harder in like the last few years when he was already ranked in the top 10 for 10 years. And then he starts training hard, you know. He's a freak.
He could go really, really far. I encouraged him to up his game around his arm wrestling game, right? Let's see a little more of you. Let's put out something on YouTube or social media of some kind.
He doesn't get it.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't, but I encouraged him to try, because like there's no doubt he's there. Like he could be getting big matches.
And when he gets fired up, intensity, I don't know if he's allowed to leave Canada or travel.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've met the guy, it makes sense. You know, like that intensity behind him.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that carries over, not just in arm wrestling sometimes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I had a good time. I met him and his wife or girl or whatever, his significant other. They were both very, very cool.
Rachel, yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Yep. I was also very impressed with Pork Chop.
Hicks. That's the match I saw with George, was Hicks.
Oh, Marlon.
Yes.
Yeah. That was, Marlon gave him some business. Marlon did go.
Yeah, he fouled himself out.
Yeah.
Hitting too many times and popping his elbow. Marlon lost to a few dudes.
So Marlon on the left, I was so another guy I was impressed with, the guy from New Brunswick. Dylan Corrier got third place left-handed, and he beat Marlon. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, he's a strong little prick.
He's really, really coming along.
Did he bring his own risers for nationals?
Well, he was using them, but he didn't bring his own. He didn't bring his own. The other guy from New Brunswick, Jamie LeBlanc, he ended up getting second at 220 on the right to Joe Fox.
He's the one that beat Jamie Staken?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So he's coming along really, really well too. Like both those guys in the last year or two, like they're pushing hard for sure.
Yeah.
So I was happy. I was really happy for those guys. Alex Maritsis from BC, he beat Anthony right-handed.
Alex is a strong dude.
Really impressive.
He's built for arm wrestling, right? Like,
yeah, long
like
levers.
20-inch fucking biceps with a 30-inch waist. Like
he's got incredible speed entering into this into his press, and it's just people just couldn't figure it out. They couldn't do anything about it, and he was just smacking people around all day.
Were you on whenever Tim Bresnan was on and he was talking about how the one dude fucked his elbow up and he was really pissed off and he wanted to kill him?
Yeah,
that was
Alex. Him.
Yeah. Tyler Bolson thinks OLR beats Brad when he's training. Yeah, but he ain't going to make 54 anymore or anytime soon. You know what OLR is?
No.
Olivier LaRouche for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that kid's fucking awesome. I
think
think he
both. Go ahead.
He beat Tyler Bolson left-handed a few years ago. Now that's when Tyler was like 187-ish.
Right. Different guy.
And the referee was just an idiot for that match. So
yeah.
It was
speaking of Tyler Bolson and Jamie Staken, super impressed with those two knuckleheads too. They're freaking bad dudes. Like really impressive. Really, really impressive.
Yeah, I always thought that there's not a guy in Canada that's going to touch or even come close to Tyler left-handed unless you can. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, well, not when he's at like 220. No way.
Right. He's not 198 anymore.
No, he's big. He's very big.
So he's going to be moving up in the rankings in Ontario to the 242 class.
Yeah, really good.
And get taken out of that 198 class. But where does he just fit in?
Well, I think he fits in wherever he, I think he only has room to go up, right? Like,
well, the top of that 242 class right now is looking pretty stiff. You got Mulvihill, and then you got me, and then but
you suck
sometimes. But right after me is Jamie Staken and Brian DeSarmo, who and pretty sure Tyler whacked Staken left-handed at the event.
Right.
Well, I know he beat everybody else, and Jamie finished second left-handed, I believe.
Yeah, they were first and second. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'd have to be at least third. So Tyler wants to get a match going with me sometime this year.
Let's do it.
No, I only like easy matches.
Then why don't you win any?
Well, just because I like easy matches doesn't mean I take them.
Okay, that's fair.
You don't pull guys like Emil and fucking Austin Jaggers because you're looking for an easy fucking win.
That's true. That's very true.
No, if we're able to set that up for anytime this year,
that would be a good match. I would love to be there for that. Should do that at Wasaga.
That's what I said. I want to be. I'm supposed to pull George right-handed at Wasaga.
Yeah.
So my left hand's kind of looking for a dance partner there.
Do it.
I think Tyler would be a great match to have there.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Okay, what about Pork Chop and SB?
Oh, Pork Chop is such a fucking tank.
Dude, he's ridiculous. Oh, and by the way, everybody who's like, oh, Pork Chop is tiny. He's not. He just always hangs out with super huge dudes.
Well, they're talking about his height.
But he's still not that short. He's not that short, right?
He's like 5'7".
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. No, he's probably like 5'9".
He's very close to my height, like 5'10" or something like that.
5'9" max.
No, well, maybe he had really, really high shoes on.
I wouldn't be surprised. Shoes. Carnegie showed up with these like 3-inch lifters to pull Chop. So maybe Chop's like, hey, maybe I should get some of these.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, he looked awesome, but I think his
Yeah.
hand just like blew to shit.
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit. Sounds like because him and SB in the first match where SB fouled out, like it was a long ass match. It was a lot of starting and stopping. And then the second match where SB beat him, that was a long match too. And I think he just burnt.
But he was flopped in that one.
I'd have to go back and watch. I must have called 2,000 matches. I can't,
All he told me is that he didn't have a hand left after that first round. He got whacked easily by the next guy, and then he just didn't have any hand left.
Yeah. Dude, total of 557 entries.
Wow.
It was bonkers.
Is that a new record?
They said it was a new record, but then there was some people saying that they thought Edmonton might have been bigger. But if it was bigger, I can't remember what the number was. It may have been, but it wasn't that much bigger, I don't think. So it was a good sign. It was a good sign that the tournament went very, very well. It was run well. The guys it was a good hotel and everything. So no complaints. Everybody seemed very, very happy.
Well,
so it was good.
Yeah, well, the event looked awesome. Real quick from the chats, Big B, I have no idea what the date for Wasaga is. I don't think it's even been announced, but they changed it from July to September, I think, this year. So there's an awful lot of maybes in September right now.
Yeah, we'll do it at the end of September, not the beginning.
Wow, it's beach season is kind of the thing for Wasaga, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care. I don't plan on going to the beach. So I'm going to Shea Mantis and hanging out at a tiki bar the whole time anyways. I don't need to go to the actual beach.
Yeah.
But
okay, so other things for nationals, Joe Fox looked like a tank.
Did anybody even slow him down?
So in the final match, I can't remember all the other matches that he had, but in the final match against Jamie LeBlanc, the match did go for a bit. I wonder if Joe got into a bit of a hook war that he didn't really want to be in, or I'm not sure exactly what happened, but Joe, when he got the position he wanted, it was over quickly, but there was a battle leading up to that point.
And that's from one of your guys.
Yeah, from New Brunswick, Jamie LeBlanc. Yeah. So I'll either way, super impressive. I got to talk to Joe for quite a bit. He's a funny guy. He could fit in with a lot of us knuckleheads. That's for sure.
Yeah, I like Joe. Joe's a great dude. I met him for the first time in Halifax.
Yeah. I also met Spencer Doucette. I met Spencer. He's a super cool guy. I met Darcy
Dick.
Yeah.
That's
He's
my guy.
Cool too. He was super cool, and looked great. He looked great on the table. I love watching that guy pull.
Oh man,
He's
that
just
dude does not fucking quit. He will fight to the fucking bone. Yeah. It does not give two single fucks if his arm breaks in the process.
No, dude, he was fun to watch. Really fun to watch. And there's a bunch of other guys.
Did you see his wife arm wrestling?
Yes. Yep. Talked to her. She did really well. I think she was in my
second.
Yeah, she was in my wife's class. My wife got third, and then she got second in that right hand. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Who won that? Christine.
I can't remember.
I don't know. She didn't know the girl's last name. She just told me that she's in the finals against some Christine.
Yeah, some of the ladies I wasn't familiar with, but I'll tell you what. Do you know Vivian Santos from Manitoba?
I don't think so.
So there's Vivian Santos versus Ursula Askey from
Ursula's
Alberta.
Awesome. Ursula's not from Alberta.
Well, she was.
Ursula's Ontario.
Oh, sorry, Ontario. You're right. Yeah. You're right. I was thinking about the wrong other person. Those two.
Was that in the youths?
No, that was in the open. So
but Ursula won the youth the day before that.
Right. And Vivian, I think, won Masters.
Oh, okay.
And so then they end up pulling. So we go into the finals. I believe it was Vivian on the A side and Ursula on the C side or something like that. And Ursula won 2 matches or something. And then it was both on the C side. and then Vivian came back and won the third one. But it was crazy wars.
I can't wait till Scott gets all these videos up. There's a lot of arm wrestling I want to see.
Yeah, dude.
I had Darcy and Carrie down there, and they were supposed to be videoing any high hooker matches for me. So Robin was there, Slater.
Oh, dude, Robin, Basement Squatch.
Did you hang out with Basement Sasquatch at all?
Yeah.
Oh man, the Basement Squatch, that dude's fucking awesome.
Yeah, him and Matt Smith, we were hanging out a little bit. Yeah, Robin's a funny guy, and he pulled really well. He got gold in the Masters.
Yeah, Masters super heavyweight left-handed.
Yeah. He's a funny dude. I like him. There was a lot of great people. Got to see Mike Barrett go at it. Like Jason Dubray was there and just killing people left-handed. Like, oh my God, ridiculous. And a lot of the, like, you know, like a guy like Ward Drake, it's always like, he's just like a true Canadian freaking arm wrestler, you know, just like been around for a bazillion years. And that guy, I pulled him at the after table and I could pin him, but I couldn't make his wrist go back. Like, stupid, like ridiculous.
Sometimes that's just how it works out with some of these cats. Their hands just way stronger than their arm is.
Yeah.
So I think this is the most important question so far. How many of like the high hookers outsmoked you?
Oh man, I mean, we probably if the numbers that they were telling me were true, then yeah, a lot. Like I didn't partake during the daytime. Because I really wanted to be like, I worked my fucking ass off this year. Like I really pushed hard. I was doing fucking trivia questions and all over the place and, you know, sponsor hits and interview people and all this crap. And it was all great. But I was freaking roasted. Like I couldn't
pull it during the tournament at all or just commentary?
No.
People don't understand how exhausting that shit is.
Dude, I'm glad I didn't because it allowed me to not be worried. Like I didn't have to worry about, oh God, tomorrow I got to pull or later. And then I hold back on commentating. This way, I just went balls out the whole way. But I was so dead. Like I was annihilated. By the time the after pull came around, I was like, because it was 20 hours at least on the stage, pacing back and forth, commentating arm wrestling matches.
Between the 2 days, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially with that many entries.
Yeah.
But yeah. Robin, that dude can fucking smoke. He's always got a fucking cannon and he doesn't share. Like,
yeah.
And Darcy, I mean, that dude smokes weed for a living. Like, that's his profession.
Yeah.
So
all those guys were great. Everybody treated me awesome. Like all the people that were there were they were very excited to be there. Everybody was real happy to be back. So that was the best part of it, I think, overall.
Yeah. I wish I would have got to make it to that one, but with the Alberta event that just happened and I got Alan's wedding coming up in like 3 days or some shit, like you can only spread yourself so thin. And unfortunately, Nationals is the one that gets axed.
Yep. That's how it's going to be. But next year, Cape Breton in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, so we've already got that one like planned out and booked off.
Good.
We want to take the bikes out and then hit the Cabot Trail on the way back and
shit. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
We're definitely planning on attending that one.
Nice.
Yeah. I just got to figure out what weight class I'm going to be at when I get there.
What is your direction that you're moving here? Up or down?
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to do anything right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a year away. So
yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah. If there was something that I wanted to, I could go either way. I think it'd probably be harder to put weight on at this point because I'm not doing anything and I'm just maintaining around 240, 243.
Yeah.
I could definitely go down to the 220. But
yeah, 220 class was really brutal. The 187 or not 187, was it 76? I can't. There was some classes with like close to 20 guys in it, like crazy. Maybe that was the 90 kg that had a huge class.
Well, the size of the class is nowhere near as intimidating as the quality of the class. You know,
Yeah.
you got Staken and Fox and Bolzen and a couple of these dudes at 220. And I don't care if there's only 5 people in the class. You're not winning that without being a fucking stud.
Yeah.
You know, where you could have a 15-man class and there's only like one guy that's any good. It's a lot easier to win.
Yeah. Mark McPhail was in that class too, causing problems for people.
Who did he cause problems for?
He was blasting through people, I think, because he got double gold in the Masters the day before. And then he started out really, really strong. And then I think maybe things went south. I don't know where he finished, but it wasn't, I don't believe it was top 3. Because it was I don't even know who got 3rd place, to tell you the truth.
Which hand?
Well, I think Mark only pulled left.
Right.
On the open day. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I got to go back through and look at all this stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I haven't seen most of it. I guess Darcy and Carrie's camera, the battery died, so that they didn't even get footage of their matches that I wanted to see. I got to see Porkchop's match with SP, and I got to see Robin's matches.
Yep.
And they didn't even bother filming their own matches for me. I'm like, that's the ones what the fuck, man?
Well, Scott had the whole setup there, so he had footage on all the tables, and so it should be all coming out. I wasn't able to film a ton, but I did get every single one of George's matches. So I'm going to do a special video for him. Do you know that guy's been arm wrestling since 1968?
I do now.
Yeah.
I know 68. It's been a long time. I know he was arm wrestling through the 70s, and he did not King's move back then.
Yeah. Right.
He was just he was killing people, but he wasn't King's moving.
Yeah.
Was he hitting at all?
A little bit, a couple times where I think
I arm wrestled with the dude. I'm just beat to shit, right? And it's just practice side table stuff. I was there coaching a couple of my new guys at an amateur event, and George is there. He wants to pull. Like, okay, I get in there. We just start a hook, and George is just too fucking strong.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all there is to it, man. Like the king. He's a king for a reason.
Yeah, fuck King George, man.
Yeah.
That dude doesn't stop. Well, Marcus, listen here, buddy. This is what happens when you're late to the fucking party. I end up actually talking about arm wrestling sometimes. This isn't just a fucking drunken debauchery channel. It's an arm wrestling based drunken debauchery channel, okay?
Never forget your roots. Never forget your roots.
You got to dance with the one that brought you, you know?
Yeah, right.
So, who do you think, if you had to give out an award for most impressive, who'd get it?
God, really, really difficult. I mean, there's a lot of people who are impressive, like people who are impressive and they're like on their way up. There's people that are like George who are impressive and they've been impressive for a million fucking years and he's still just shockingly good. You know, I would say the guy who had maybe the biggest win for himself was maybe Alex Mauritius beating Anthony D'Antonio. Because Anthony on the right arm does not take a lot of losses. He just doesn't.
No, but he moved up in weight, didn't he?
He was at 187. So, and last time he pulled 198 in Edmonton, he was 198.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, Anthony did win. He won the left hand. He got second on the right. So it's not like, I don't think Anthony's fallen off. I think that Alex is just really, really pushing it as much as he can. And Marlon Hicks, he didn't maybe place as high as I would have, but like Marlon Hicks was burying people 6 feet under before they even knew what happened.
Oh, the dude is so fast.
So incredibly fast.
John, you're going to have to take this for a second.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, welcome to the show. So here's the deal. I'm at the Radisson downtown in Winnipeg. A couple extra days and hanging out. My wife's got friends here and whatnot. So what has happened over the last week, big reconnection with the sport of arm wrestling. Also big reconnection with getting fucked up, because I got pretty fucked up the other night. And the after party was outside. The after party's outside, right? And so there's 150 arm wrestlers out there just cranking around on the tables, and then it starts to rain. So we're out there soaking wet in the rain and just arm wrestling from, I don't know, 8 p.m. until 1 o'clock in the morning, until they had to push us out. They booted us all the way out. And that was the end of that. But really good times. Len Houghton was out there, Dustin Houghton. A lot of, the who's who of Canadian arm wrestling. And that was nice to see once again. And if you guys have never been to nationals, you got to go to nationals, because here's the thing that this weekend really reminded me of. It was the fact that, we've become very, very obsessed with super matches, which I think is rightfully so, right? Super matches are awesome. I love super matches, but we've lost a little of the magic of what tournaments can bring, because it's much harder to present a tournament in an entertaining format, in my opinion, for viewers. But to go to a tournament like this and to be a part of it and to be able to experience it, God damn, it's fun. It's a good time to see all the faces and the people. And there was a couple kids, this kid named Esmond, Caden Esmond, and this other kid, DeRossi. Esmond's from Saskatchewan. DeRossi is from Alberta. And I remember seeing these kids in the past, and now they're 19, 20, 21, however old they are. And dude, if you're a pretty good arm wrestler right now, in 5 or 10 years, prepare to be obsolete, because these guys are coming and they're going to start killing people. Oh my God. Are you listening now?
Yeah, I wasn't listening but yeah, sorry about that.
Have you heard of Caden Esmond from Alberta? He's 21. Or this other kid from Alberta,
Drosy.
Yeah,
Okay, so I saw Drosy when I was out there, and his dad, Scott, he was in Halifax. He used to work with Devin. That's how they got into the sport. But Mason Drosy, that kid, I guess he started when he was 11.
Yeah.
And now, when you go through puberty, developing this shit, those ligaments and tendons just explode with strength that your body can just do whatever the fuck it wants with now.
Crazy. It was him. It was those two in whatever weight class that was. Might have been 87, and they were destroying people. And I remember him just from Edmonton 3 years ago or whatever it was. And I was all right, these juniors, they're coming along. And now I'm oh, get the fuck out of the way for these guys. They're going to be bad dudes real soon.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, as soon as they are in the open class, neither one of them are old enough to pull open yet, right?
Oh, no. They won the open. They got first and second in the open.
But they also pulled youth the day before.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. As soon as they pull the opens, people are going to know what's up.
Yeah. And I think they do now. That was a pretty crazy situation.
First super chat of the night here. White Wolf. What's up, Uncle John and Evan? Where in Cape Breton next year and when? Give us the 20 and the date. Cape Breton will be an awesome host for nationals.
Yeah.
Definitely be awesome for nationals. It's nationals is always Canada Day long weekend.
Canada Day weekend. That's where it'll be. Mark McPhail is running this one. It was originally supposed to happen in 2021, but then everything got pushed back. So next year, Cape Breton, it'll be big. It'll be good. Mark knows what he's doing. So it should be a really, really good event. And then I think after that, I'm pretty sure it's Gatineau.
Sydney, Cape Breton. Gatineau the year after.
I think so. That's why I was talking to Marc-Andre Campo. And I don't know if it's a done deal yet or if I can't remember the status of it. But
Marc-Andre Campo is Quebec.
Yeah, but he wants to have it in Gatineau.
Quebec City.
Yeah.
So Wonder if Steve Morneau is going to have anything to do with that then.
Maybe. I'm not sure what the whole team is, but that's what and it sounds like he's secured some big sponsors. So it's going to be a big one. He wants to have like big time upgrades with like background visuals and all sorts of stuff. So that'd be cool.
Now, Barbarian Arm Wrestling was saying it was Victor Belov versus Troy Eaton.
Yes. Yeah. Victor beat Troy in the final. Yeah,
because Troy just decided to throw his fucking name in the hat there after winning Masters.
He's another one. Super impressed. Like
Victor, that's a young kid too. Like, I mean, he's not a kid, but he's young. And he's awesome. I met Victor
super good.
Last summer. He was in Ontario. He just flew out to Ontario. No, I met him the year before that out in Red Deer. And then he came to Ontario and he's just flown to Ontario to pull a couple of times just because there was an event he wanted to go to.
Yeah.
And then he looked really good out at the Red Deer event this year that I was out at. And he looked great at Nationals too. Yeah, Victor's, he's good.
Yeah, really, really impressed with all the guys, especially the guys that placed just looked phenomenal. And a lot of dynamic pulling, a lot of, interesting. I mean, there were a few where, it was just the same match over and over and over again, but there was a lot of guys who were switching things up, saw a lot of different shapes and forms. So that was really cool. Kept it very interesting.
With you being from Nova Scotia, but not from Nova Scotia. Also, what the fuck are you drinking?
A Monster.
That is not a Diet 7-Up.
No, I can't find any. It's like they don't exist here. Get out of my house. Get out of my life. It's not funny. Do you know how funny Spencer Doucette thinks he is? Let me show you. Spencer Doucette gives me a gift. No, I don't know if I can find it. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I got it in here somewhere.
Is it a spicy 7-Up?
Sprite truck. He collects the Matchbox cars, so he gives me a Sprite truck. Hilarious, Spencer. Hilarious.
I think that's funny. So, with you being from Nova Scotia, but not from Nova Scotia, maybe you have a little bit of insight on this. But why can't people just say it's in Nova Scotia? They have to say Cape Breton.
I don't know, man.
Why does everybody from Cape Breton refuse to say they're from Nova Scotia?
I don't know. I've never really asked, to tell you the truth. But you're right. That is exactly what happens. It's like Cape Breton Island, like there's a real sense of pride from being like because you're from there or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know what the reality of that is. We'll find out next year.
Well, not when you get to the fucking tip of the island. That's a fucking shithole. Fucking New Waterford. Don't go there. You're not missing anything by skipping that place.
But they didn't treat you well or what?
Nah, my kid's from there.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Now, Barbarian Arm Wrestling also said the Georgian kid. If you were talking about Alexander
Kashadze.
Is that how you say that? I just call him the young Georgian.
Yeah, Alex Kashadze was another one who pulled in the juniors and then went on and was destroying people in the open.
What weight class did he pull in the open?
I can't remember, but it was light. It wasn't
or 65.
It was probably.
You would have had to have cut to go to 65, I think.
Yeah, must have been 76.
So you would have had to run into like George, and I'd have liked to have seen him in Marlin though. I
don't know. There was so many good matches. My brain just couldn't take them all in because I was just, 4 for kids. We had 4 tables at once. For the open, we had 3 tables at once. This is wild.
Yeah, there is so many fucking young kids that are just phenomenal.
Shocking.
And Alex, those are like my top 2 that they're going to be world fucking level if what they've done is any indicator of what they will.
Yeah,
just in fucking insane. And if that kid ever catches up in size to his like genealogy, his grandfather was a 7-footer.
Really?
Yeah. And did you ever put your hand up against Alex's hand?
No.
His hand's bigger than mine.
Wow.
But he's like 17. Like he's
dude. Some of those guys like you get a 17-year-old and they do a bicep flex, and I'm just like, Jesus, get in the gym, buddy, because it makes me feel like a worthless arm wrestler. I'm like, God, these guys are killing me already.
Now, was there an under 21 division?
So this year and this year only, I believe they had a 18 to 21-year-old division to make up for the fact. Yeah, but usually they wouldn't do that, but they did it because so many people missed out on juniors classes from the 2-year or the 3-year cancellation thing.
Did you watch that Miguel kid pull in there? Miguel LeBlanc?
Oh, yeah. He was great too. He had wars against Kashadze. He had wars. He had a lot of wars. And he's like, he comes in there. Everybody on Saturday, everybody's kind of like getting into it. There's a good stuff happening. All of a sudden, Miguel LeBlanc comes onto the table. He's just like, bah! Just like balls to the wall. And I was like, all right. Now we're waking up.
Like the way he smashes shoulder first on go, just reckless. I love it.
Yeah. So good. There was this, John Luo from BC, new young guy. He's got a big, huge
young kid with the big TikTok.
Yeah. I don't know how well he did in the end, but like the matches where he was competitive, like he looks phenomenal when he's in a match. He looks great, very dynamic, very fast, pulls in good positions. So that was nice to see him too.
Okay, well, that super chat is definitely big enough that we have to stop for a second.
Oh yeah,
Marcus Thompson with the big 100. Right, Evan. No wimp out, mate. Paul Maiden was on today chatting with me. He wants you at Arm Wars or Whitby. He's not accepting COVID excuses either. So Paul Maiden, because he's such a fucking bitch, wants me to arm wrestle him in a super match at the after party where you're pulling Fox. Yeah. After I've already went through the whole fucking Arm Wars Iron House.
Of course.
That's the kind of guy Paul Maiden is.
Of course.
Jesus.
I mean, Paul Maiden is a lot of things that I can't say on this show. Maybe we'll just leave it at that. Maybe, yeah, right? That tells you something, right?
I showed you the text message you sent me.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see the match. Have you talked to Neil at all?
I haven't heard from Neil in weeks.
Well, is he waiting for you to talk to him?
Not that I know of. Last conversation I had with Neil was on the Thursday when we were supposed to do the 17th installment of Inside the Mind of.
Right.
But he always gets sidetracked and talks about him and fucking stupid bags and fucking arm wrestling gypsy camps and stuff.
Dude, the gypsy camps, you can't get away from them. Tell you.
Yeah, well, you're always going to find a bag, and there's probably a dog in a bag at a gypsy camp. So don't worry about what's in the fucking bag.
Just ignore the bag, man.
Right. So we were like supposed to be episode 17 of Inside the Mind of Me.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck, I forgot that was tonight. And he had Levon and Devin back to back that night or something.
Yeah, right.
So I'm like, okay, I get it. That's kind of a big deal in arm wrestling right now. If you got those guys, yeah. Let me know when we reschedule.
Yeah.
Haven't heard from them. Nothing.
Well, we shall see.
Mm-hmm.
We shall see what happens.
But if I'm going over there, I would definitely arm wrestle Paul Maiden.
Oh, of course.
If I'm arm wrestling Paul Maiden, I don't want to pay for my own fucking flight now, though. Paying for my own shit to go against like real arm wrestlers is one thing, right? Like I don't mind coming out of pocket a little bit when I'm going there to test myself. right? But if you're gonna give me a fucking layup, I'm really not interested in easy matches like that. I don't want to come out of pockets to go take easy matches.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, I would rather you pull him at Whitby, so then I can go and kick him in the balls when he's at the table, and then I don't get into as much trouble because it's not arm wars.
I don't even have to have a fresh arm for this. But at least half of that text message is probably coming true if you do that.
Yep.
I know what he said he was going to do to me was pretty fucking bad, but what he said he was going to do to you was fucking terrifying.
Yeah, and that's like not even the worst of it. Like,
now can you're on your phone, so you don't see the super chats and everything?
Oh, I can't see the chat at all.
I don't know what the fuck Carolyn Looms super chatted in here, but it's Paul Maiden equals, and then there's just this red high heel shoe.
A lady boy,
Like a lady of the night.
Lady of the night. Yeah,
Go over at Paul Maiden working corners.
it's possible. It's very possible. I mean, Paul.
Or does Marcus have Paul Maiden out there working?
Well, either way, Paul enjoys his work. I guarantee you that.
That's not surprising. Why does Paul hate you so much? You always say such nice things about him.
I know. Just, I don't know. Paul just,
Apparently, Marcus is going to clip all of the things that we said about Paul Maiden to show Paul Maiden.
Good.
Well, here's the thing. Saying things like this about him, if he doesn't know about it,
yeah,
funny.
Yeah.
But saying things like this about him, if he's going to find out about it, way fucking better.
Way better.
The thing is, you also need to clip his reaction to these things, because if he's not getting pissed off, we're going to have to step it up.
Yeah, we're going to have to get a little bit more intimate with our shit talk, maybe.
Yeah, like, I'm not okay if he doesn't, like, freak out and threaten to break at least 3 laws.
Yes. And it's got to be a variety as well, right? It's just not violent type.
You can't go back just the same old stabbing one. Like, there's got to be some more substance. You know? Like, you can only stab somebody so many fucking times before it just gets boring. Yeah, I get it. You're stabbing me, Paul. Fuck off.
Well, from the stories I've heard from other people who are in the know with his behavior, he's capable of a lot of different offenses. He's got a long rap sheet.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking nuts dudes over there.
Oh yeah.
You know, like, I heard Neil wasn't such a kind old man. Like, now he's just like gentle, funny, carefree, fat old guy. Apparently he used to be pretty fucking wild in the young days too.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, that guy, like Neil Pickup, when it comes to him, you look at him on the table, and like when he was, winning world championships, like look out.
Nobody knew how to arm wrestle back then. He was like 116 fucking pounds, and everybody else sucked worse than him. Like, you're giving him a lot of credit when you say it the way you do, that he was winning world championships, as in like he was just awarded them because everybody else just happened to be worse.
That's what you said.
Whatever.
You say everybody was worse than him. I say he was better than everybody else.
Well, right, but you're making him sound so good when it realistically, I am far more accurate. You put that 170 fucking pound Neil that apparently had this iron fucking wrist, and you throw him into the top leagues right now at that weight class, he gets fucking crushed.
I don't know what the reality of that would be. Like, if you took him in his prime,
it doesn't matter.
His prime,
I can say it anyways.
I know. You're such a fucking bum.
Yeah. So?
Oh my God.
So.
Hey.
Go ahead.
What do you, so this is really the only thing I care about this weekend. There's this big huge card for the Monster Factory, but I really only want to talk about one match.
Which one? Because I like all of those matches.
Oh, I like all of them too, but there's really only one in my mind that really, really, really matters, and that's Craig Tullier versus Kangs.
Absolutely. Tullier and fucking Cunningham.
Right?
That's the one I want to see the most.
For sure. Or 100% sure. Do you
I
think
got
he
into
can
an
do it?
argument with somebody in the chat talking about that match earlier.
Oh, really?
My opinion was we're going to know about a quarter of a second before the ref says go whether or not Roger can get the stop. Right?
When Craig's elbow is like this.
Right. You watch Craig
And then he's pushing
in any
sideways
fucking
on it.
match. Right before that ref says go, his elbow hops way off and he slams way down. And the ref finally gets that go out right about there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't go all the way down, now, just because Craig is super fucking fast, jumps the fucking goes, and doesn't worry about things like rules and elbows.
Yeah.
Once he gets into a stop match, he's not in trouble. Like, he's still a fucking bad dude. But that is definitely when he's at his most dangerous. And
yes.
Roger, oh boy, don't ever let that motherfucker get the brakes on you, because that dude is like a fucking python and it just starts squeezing in and constricting. And for somebody that tall and skinny,
mm-hmm.
you just want to hang out in a leverage deficit. But he just sucks that in and coils it in and coils it in. And if you can't get him out of there right now, and I mean right fucking now,
yeah,
I don't care who you are,
long
you're in
day.
trouble.
Long day.
Yeah. I can't wait to see that one. I really hope Roger wins. I fucking love that dude. He's fucking retarded.
The best.
His brain does not work. There is something wrong with that dude's Ricky Ticky.
Oh, yeah.
He's less fun to video call now that he quit drinking.
Oh, he quit drinking?
Oh,
just
like a while ago.
Really?
Oh, like a year ago?
What?
Well, maybe January, but I mean, I didn't quit drinking, so everything's is a blur. Like, but he quit drinking. Yeah, no, it had to have been last year because he was sending me videos of him in a pool drinking, those fucking near beers.
Oh, yeah.
Like a beer, but there's no alcohol.
Right.
That's like using a vibrator without any batteries. Like, still kind of does the same thing, just no buzz.
Yeah. Kind of silly.
Yeah, so I think he just smokes now.
But
when we were doing the bottom 8, because it was supposed to be, originally it was supposed to be me and Bowen.
Yep.
The first round of the bottom 8. But then the WAL announced Mulvihill was pulling Bowen 3 days before that.
Of course.
So I'm like, wow, this just gets fucking pretty easy for me now. So Devin's like, yeah, well, I don't want you to just come in here and stomp Bowen because he just had to pull your boy a few days ago. We're going to give this match to the Redbird.
Mm-hmm.
Evan, you now get Roger.
Yeah.
Well, fuck me. That's not a cool trade. Like, I went from a beat up Bowen to a fresh fucking Roger. Like, fuck.
You got done dirty.
Yeah.
Dirty.
I got done dirty. So some of the fucking videos that dude would send into you were in the chat, weren't you?
Yeah.
Like him just building a beer tower out of fucking empty cans and just smashing it over and calling me a fucking idiot.
Legendary.
Roger's fucking hilarious.
What were the other matches that were supposed to happen at the bottom 8 that never happened? Was it at one point it was me and Sue Blair, but I don't know if that was actually going to ever happen or not for real. And then I can't even remember who was getting talked about. Beaver Pumper with somebody.
Okay, this is not the second one?
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah, because that thing started off and it was like YouTube versus YouTube guys only.
Yeah.
And then I just got thrown in there because it's like, we can't do the bottom 8 without Evan. He's the epitome
Obviously.
of what it is to be a fucking loser in arm wrestling.
Yep.
So, and then Devin just wanted to make these awesome matches, but he wanted to try to not have these giant mismatches anymore.
Right.
So some guys were just getting fucked off out of there that weren't too happy about it. I don't know. You and Craig, I don't know how that match would have even been a thing.
I don't know either.
Right-handed. No.
I don't remember. I don't even remember what the situation was. I think it might have just been because the whole thing was the gimmick of an American who became Canadian versus a Canadian who became American, right? But
it would have had to have been left-handed, and you probably just would have broke his arm again. Do you really want to feel that one more time?
Not at all.
I don't know how I've never felt that on either side of it in 10 years.
Don't even wish it. Don't even wish it. It's so bad.
I mean, I've tried to feel what it is, but me on the fucking bad side.
Yeah. I just realized that the guy who broke his arm against me in 2012 at Nationals, that video is still up. I found the video the other day.
Like on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube on Josh Handelin's channel.
That's gross.
Yep.
Don't they like immediately demonetize videos if it has that?
This was like from so long ago that
but you end up with like a warning and shit on your channel for
maybe.
I don't know. But they're fucking gross. I don't really like watching them unless the volume's all the way up.
Snap.
Yeah. Okay, so where else were we? We flew through a few things there, but my brain doesn't work so great all the times. My long-term memory, fantastic. Short-term, kind of blurry.
Not so much. I'm supposed to go to Houston, Texas in November to do a gimmick match and be like a sixth grader kicking the piss out of a bunch of first graders. They're going to line up all like, if you're like under 200 pounds and not a open class puller, we're just going to line up a bunch of people and we're just going to try to go through as many guys as I possibly can.
Really?
Yeah. That's a Robert Kelly joint. Because he wanted me to do super match, but I didn't want to do a regular super match. I wanted to do something a little bit different, something a little bit more fun. And then he came up with the King of the Table idea.
King of the Table with no arm wrestlers in it.
Well, nobody good.
Right.
Yeah. Dude, people who watch the viral video don't know.
That's true. And man, you're really going to have to fucking rock out that mustache. Like, it's going to have to get bigger and thicker if you really want to stand out.
Well, we'll see.
And don't take your shirt off and let people know that you're fucking jacked.
I'll be very kind to everyone, I'm sure. But that's the thing, right? Because I'll get glory because I'll be able to beat like 500 guys in a row. But one of those little wimps, one of them eventually.
Is there a prize for somebody?
So I don't know what the workings is. Robert's working that out, but there's going to be something like a small entry fee to get in the line, and then we get to split the money or something like that. I don't know.
If nobody beats you, you get all the money. If somebody beats you, they get half at that point.
Well, I think the point is to go until someone does beat me. So one of those guys can go and brag about it on Facebook or whatever. Like, look at this loser, John. I'm an amateur. I suck, and I still beat him.
Well, man, nobody's going to watch that whole fucking video.
Well, it depends on how we do it, right? How it's edited, how it's put together. If I can figure out a way to do it in 5 minutes or less, and then we might be able to do something. But it's something new, something different.
Record it twice, like with two different cameras, one on a time lapse video.
Yeah. Something like that. I don't know how to go about it, but
you're gonna have a fucking 8-hour video.
No, we're gonna edit that. We're gonna edit it.
I know, but like if there was a live on it.
Well, it depends. It depends on the levels that show up. It depends on, it depends on a lot of things.
Like open level arm wrestlers.
Yeah.
I can sit at a table for a very long fucking time. Open level arm wrestlers. As long as it's not like really good ones.
Right. Well, the other option we have is as we go. So let's say I don't know what the numbers are going to be. Let's say we have 20 guys and they're all like amateurish, under 200 pounds. And so I go through them like nothing. Then we could add in heavier amateurs in the second round, and then keep adding in, like more difficult people as we go to make it more difficult and ramp it all up.
I don't know, man. I just don't see where the end is in the video. Like,
well, eventually
I know what I would do in this scenario, how long it's going to take. I went to practice the other night and there was only like 6 or 7 guys there.
Yeah.
And so for real competition left-handed, there's only a few guys in the Valley Club that can give me a really good workout, like one-on-one, right? Like,
yeah,
there's Adam, there's Mulvihill. We got this one newer dude. He's like a year and a half in, Richard Lovering, but he's like 6'5", 6'6", 260. He's a big dude, and his endurance is just fantastic. He doesn't quit fucking working. But those first couple of pulls, not so much. But after 20 minutes of one-on-one with him, I start getting tired and he's still ready to go.
Yeah.
But without those guys there, I have a hard time getting a good workout in left-handed. So we took one of our like 220-pound guys and he just puts 2 arms up. And I think I did like 40 reps smashing through that. And I'm like, okay, the arm's getting a little pumped up. And then we went back to single-armed arm wrestling. And it was still like another half hour, 40 minutes before my arm would fail.
Right.
If you've got amateurs, so we're talking smaller people at a lesser caliber than these guys, and I'm not in that good of a shape. You pull 15 fucking classes and still have fucking energy to fight.
Yeah.
Man, it's like...
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I just want to do something different, something fun, and give somebody else a little, some lucky amateur of the dream day where they got to pin Uncle John. Sounds like a good story to me. You know what I mean?
Alan, no, you are not one of the left-handed guys that gives me a hard time. Alan will make my right get fucked up in a hurry, but not left.
Yeah.
Well, Alan's left isn't bad, but his left gets tired real quick, where his right can fight all day.
Right.
Yeah. I love all these comments. Evan talks about how he's good, but he really isn't. So, I don't know, man. Austin Jaggers, that dude's left hand is no fucking joke.
Yeah.
And he beat me 3-2. Right?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Well, here's how it works. The funny thing is how it works, that the only thing that you get your ability based off of is super matches. So if you go and win nationals, nobody really cares. Like, it's just, what was your last super match about?
And the good thing about that is my record against Austin is 1-0. Like, you know, right? It doesn't matter that the match went 3-2. He won. He 1-0 for him. It's one match.
You can get it back. No problem.
I don't know. No, there is a fucking problem. Not do the fucking juggernaut, man. What the fuck do you want me to do about it? I really don't see, especially after pulling him, and trickery got me so far. I was able to really jump on him on a couple of things that he just wasn't keeping up with. And then he kind of settled down and said, fuck it. I'm not worried about those things. I just want to get my arm onto him. And it doesn't matter how I'm hitting, as long as he just goes, fuck it, and catches. I don't care if I catch low, as long as I get into that hook. And now I'm in trouble. I don't see how a rematch is going to go even close to as good as that first one did for me. You know,
because now he gets it. Now he understands.
Without the table malfunction, that was 3-1. It's very likely that Austin just beats me 3-0 if we were to do it again.
Yeah.
Or I would actually have to start training.
Right.
And I don't.
Who wants to do that?
Well, I'm not for Austin.
Yeah.
Well, I did it for Schoolboy. I'd do it for Paul Maiden.
Yeah. Well, now you only got 2 months. You got 2 months until that.
Right, but now I need to start training with like a stab-proof vest on. Wear my
Mhm.
chainmail or something.
Kevlar. Get the Kevlar out. Does Kevlar stop knives too?
No.
No? Oh.
So I got some chainmail. I actually got married wearing chainmail.
Doesn't surprise me.
I'm surprised you haven't snooped through my Facebook far enough to find that.
I don't have Facebook.
Me wearing chainmail, cutting the head off a pig with a sword. So, you know what? That's another one of those stories that somebody needs to remind me to tell on my members only section, because that's fucking hilarious. Also,
Nice.
probably not fit for public consumption. I'm not sure what the statute of limitation on those laws is. I should look that up before I tell that story. Anyways, I do have chainmail. I should consider wearing it when I meet Paul. But it doesn't stop stabbings. But you can't get like slashed and cut.
Right. Well, if I know Paul, he's going to be a pokey. He's a poker. That's for sure.
He's more pokey than he is slashy.
Yeah, that's a definite for sure. No doubt about that.
You know, it's a lot easier to worry about being poked if you're not worried about getting slashed on the way around.
Also true.
So I'll still take my chances. I'd rather have it on than not in that scenario.
Yes. I agree with you.
Now, we tried out the chainmail to see what kind of slashing resistance it actually gave. You remember the old Deadliest Warrior show?
Yes.
So we were watching an episode of that, and it really went into detail about, stabbing resistance versus slashing resistance and the utility of chainmail.
Yeah.
Okay. I have chainmail. You know what else I have from my wedding? Swords. We should check this out. Now, the TV show said stabbing is going to fuck you up. Now, I really want to see the results of this, but I really don't want to go to jail for life for murdering my brother.
Yeah, right.
So we didn't try the stabbing with the swords.
Wise.
But we did check out the slashing resistance. So he put on the chainmail, and I gave him a little nothing. He's like, no, I think it's good. Fucking send it. Right. Nobody even bothered to stop and think. This is still going to be like hitting somebody with a fucking bat. So I gave him a good one. I tried to cut him in half, We were telling Dewey Cox stories, trying to have each other. And I hit him with it. And the chainmail did its job. It did not allow me to get through and cut him in half.
Mm-hmm. How big was the black and blue mark?
The whole thing. It was his whole body. But I actually don't feel that bad for him because he's done it to me before. But it was my back that looked all fucking black, but he fucking ruptured my kidney, the prick. I helped him move. And, we were getting a little drinky after the move-in. And my buddy runs his own still. And he makes all of this shed liquor. He'll make it any flavor you want. So we got him to bring us a bunch of Jaeger bombs. But then we ran out of the Jaeger. So we had to drink vodka with Red Bull for Jaeger bombs. But then we ran out of Red Bull. So we were just doing vodka with vodka Jaeger bombs. And we ended up pretty fucking drunk from doing this. Right. I don't know how.
As you do.
And as we were moving out, he didn't really care about the shape of his deck anymore. And he tried to throw me off to one side. We actually have video. I'll have to find it somewhere. But once the railing got ripped off, he's then trying to tackle me over it. And I wasn't letting this happen. So we're wrestling around on the ground and he's trying to throw me off the sides. I took his back and I'm like, I'm trying to strangle the kid. I want him to fall asleep before we go over. And he was just like dragging himself. He was like, I'm throwing myself over to get you off. So I let go right as we were getting to the edge. Like, I'm not going. I'm not taking this ride. But he passed out, but he was already too far gone. So he went over, and it's like an 8-foot drop down to the stone. And he was already asleep when he went over. He hit the ground. It woke him up. He was a little upset. He comes back up onto the deck, and he's leaning up against the one side railing that's still there. And I made a little half-ass joke where, like, you know, shut down, and like I was going to run through him. And I clearly stopped. I wasn't actually going to try to spear him through the railing. And he grabs me by the shoulders and said, no fucking around. And he threw himself back through the railing. And the two of us went over. And I mean, I went right head, fucking feet over my head. I landed flat on my back on all these stones, like 8-9 feet down below. But he went so far over, he landed on his face and like scorpion. So his feet touched the ground in front of his face. And I'm laying on the ground, and this shit hurts. And I'm just worried about whether or not my little brother just fucking killed himself. You know, because I watched him go face first into the rocks and his body fold over top of him. And he rolls over, and his nose is split open, and he's got blood leaking down his face. Holy fuck, Evan, are you okay? Yeah, man. I think I'm good. Ruptured my kidney and broke my ribs. I had to go down to the Ottawa Open. I spent 6 hours refereeing the next day. I refuse. I'm not doing bottom side, top only. I'm not fucking crouching down, backing up like this. I'm pissing blood all day. My fucking back is just black. Oh, it was terrible. Terrible. That was actually Pork Chop's very first day on an arm wrestling table.
No kidding.
I had to ref that shit with fucking ruptured kidneys and broken ribs.
Wow.
Oh, what a day. I got some
impressive
stories. This is one of the ones I could tell here live, and I don't have to go to the members only, because those ones, most of those are pretty fucked up.
Look, you need to be on the members. You need to be on the members. If you're not on the members of this channel, then what is your problem? Because that's the stuff you really want to hear, right? You know, you really want to hear the true debauchery. You want to hear the taxi cab confessions of Evan Burgoyne.
Oh, no. Those aren't legal for YouTube at all. Like, I definitely have some fantastic stories that are never allowed to ever be heard on the internet. Like, even the internet's not safe for some of this shit.
Bad times.
Bad
times.
I had a lot of great times with a lot of good people that, you know, it's kind of a life motto. I live for the times I can't remember with the friends I'll never forget. We just have a good time.
Hey.
Yeah.
Look, that's it. So I gotta unfortunately kick off a little early here, buddy. I'm still in Winnipeg. I got stuff to do. My parents came all the way back up here from Minnesota, so I got to spend time with them before they got to leave. You spent
3 fucking days with them.
My parents, to their credit, sat and watched on Sunday nearly the entire day, and myself and my wife were the only people there that they had any clue of who they were. And they watched the whole damn tournament.
And they don't even watch arm wrestling at all.
No, not at all.
Not even yours.
No.
And they never watch any of your YouTube on Tuesdays.
Well, they definitely not. But
I actually have them blocked from my YouTube on Tuesdays.
My mom wore an Uncle John t-shirt like this one. And my dad wore an Arm Wars Uncle John T-shirt, so they were.
Did you
they were
bring them to them, or did they buy them?
No, they had them from before. I didn't even know they got them, and so they were there and they were hanging out, and because they only live like 6.5 hours from here, so they drove up.
So yeah, it's cool. Actually nice and close from there to Minnesota. Yeah. If they have ever watched the show, please apologize to your parents on my behalf for corrupting their baby boy.
Yeah, right. I'm just gonna not say anything about any of it and hope they never bring it up. That's my goal.
It'll be like that dinner on the movie Goon.
Oh my god. I'm
an idiot. Stupid.
All true. All true things. But let me say, if anybody's out there contemplating going to nationals, whether it's Canadian nationals or U.S. nationals, just go. Just go. Like Canadian nationals is growing, it's getting bigger. Next year is going to be awesome. It was such a good time. Definitely do it. 100%.
I just can't see the 7 American nationals being as good as the Canadians.
I don't think they are, to tell you the truth. Canadian, there's something different about Canadian nationals. Because I've pulled in the US nationals as well. And Canadian nationals just everybody's together, everybody's going crazy. And you see a lot of amazing things like Crazy George going undefeated at what, 70 something odd years old.
I think he's 73 now.
Yeah.
So he's almost as old as Alan Ford.
Right? Just a hair shy.
Yeah. George is fucking legend. And he just won't fucking stop.
Nope. Will
that
not.
That dude at 68 years old still knocking people out of bars.
And so to like George has always been fantastically nice. I hadn't seen George since 2017, where I saw him at the Arnold Classic. So he hadn't seen me at all since I lost the weight. So I was like, I don't know if George will remember me or not. Knew exactly who I was. Chatted me up right away. He watches our bullshit. Our bullshit. George watches our bullshit.
Yeah, I don't get it. George fucking loves me. And I don't get it. I'm a fucking idiot. So George said the only way he's pulling a super match at the Wasaga event is if it's against me, and I agree to put a shot of whiskey in my beer for every beer all night with him afterwards. Because that's how he drinks his beers. He takes a sip out of it, pours a shot of whiskey in, drinks it.
Hey, it's only fair. It's only fair.
I introduced George to my nephew, Jane Tannerite. Not Tarzan, that's my brother.
Oh, that's your brother. Yeah.
Yeah, the other one, the fucking air slap shot one.
Yeah.
So I introduced George to him. And George looks at me and is like, Evan, why the fuck do I care who this kid is? I was like, well, George, it's my nephew. He was like, oh, fuck, sorry. And he reaches out, shakes his hands, like, fucking, it's great to meet you. Your family's fucking awesome.
Oh, George is the best, dude. He's
George is incredible.
He's great.
We should talk about the time that fucking Razor tried to feed George mushrooms and fight him.
Oh, Razor.
It didn't happen, but that's because George isn't fucking retarded. He did try to fight Dave Knox, Conrad Roussel, Mike Gould, and me that night. So the Razor gives no fucks.
Yeah, right. He's out there. He's out there. Oh my God.
So it's fun.
All right.
Go say hi to your parents. Leave my name out of it.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Later, buddy.
Bye.
Oh, I'm also not on for the rest of the week. Alan's wedding's coming up.
I see.
So Thursday night, I'm out. Probably be too hungover Sunday.
All right. Well, I'll try to fill the void.
Oh, I know you will. You love filling gaping holes. Well, goodbye, John. I didn't even get to kick him out. So I am now going to scroll back up through the chat and try to read every single comment that happened in the whole time John was there. I'm not actually going to because that would take forever. And I'm not very good at keeping up with the chat. You know, when I'm just trying to keep up, let alone going back through it. But where are we in the chat now? Alan's wedding has been very, very busy planning wise, and that dude's been busy as fuck. I haven't actually seen Alan since his Stag and Doe because he's so fucking busy. What's going on? Beer Man and Dead Set Legends. They only get referred to as Dead Set Legends when Ozzy is around. They are, fuck's sakes. DF, help me out here. What the fuck are they called around here? God damn it. My brain is shit. Usual crew, unusual. Fuck, whatever. You guys know what I'm saying. But Dead Set Legends is definitely the Aussie thing. Valley, I'm too poor to pay attention. Usual Suspects. That's the one. Carolyn, thank you. Pork chop. My left arm gassed. Should have lied down my next match to call to recover. It was an uphill battle after SP, but I'm happy. Only man to pin him that day. It looked strong. You went out there and did what you meant to do, man. You don't have to improve very much more to not only win that match, but then also win the rest of the event still. I don't know what arm wrestling happened at Wimbledon. Yes, DF. Unusual Suspects, not the usual. That's the one we were looking for. Now, I sent Pork Chop an invitation. I thought he was going to hop on here and tell us how strong he is, but Pork Chop, Evan was sticking up for you and people were saying you're the same height as Paul. I don't know who Paul is, but Pork Chop is like 5'7". I turned Marcus into a bigger drunk from the lack of my beers. Well, I suppose I haven't been drinking overly hard tonight. It's been a busy day. But I mean, we can fix that. Evan, when is Uncle John going to Houston in November? Well, you clearly know more about this than me. When is Uncle John going to Houston in November? Well, in November. Do you actually answer your question in your question and expect me to answer it for you? Like you want me to narrow it down to which fucking week? Probably the 31st. Pork Chop is slightly taller than Hutchins. Then Hutchins must be 5'6.5". Paul Italia. I don't know how tall Paul Italia is, but he's probably taller than Pork Chop. Pork Chop's only tall when he's laying down. So what else we got going on in the chat? Now, I did send fucking invites out to a few cats, but they're not coming, so I'm just gonna drink, I guess. Ian Carnegie. Pork Chop, check your messenger, motherfucker. Hop in here. Tell us how strong you are. Alex Clark, does Italia smoke those stubby cigars? No, those stubby cigars aren't smokable. They're just for chewing on, so you look cool. Paul is 5'5". Paul Italia's only 5'5"? Oh, then Pork Chop's a little taller than him. Did you see Devin back arm wrestling already? I didn't actually see any of the video of him actually arm wrestling. Count your blessings. I'm not over 6 foot. I'd be Levon. Are you that hairy? It's gross. Oh, no shit. Paul L'Italia is 5'5". Louis, why are you picking on the guy, man? You're just being mean. Pork Chop reps with 225 on a flat bench. I think his record was 163. Alcohol is clearly bad for some folks. Well, it's always bad for me. Schmo, yeah, you missed Uncle John. He was in here. We had some fun. He had to fuck off. Paul is 4'5". Oh, now you're just being rude. Anything under 4'10" is actually a dwarf. So 4'5" while standing on his riser. I tried to kick John out, but he was able to leave faster than me. And it's not my fault. I'm drinking slowly today. I am fucking pretty buzzed up. I forgot to eat all day. Non-THC piss wars again. See, you're fucking off to go watch commercials on Wimbledon because that's the most entertaining part of it. Evan, how did Pork Chop get his nickname? Devin, I'm pretty sure there's not even a backstory to it. Devin just started calling him Pork Chop. And yeah, Uncle John's a man. Yes. Dude's awesome. Oh, Stevie Diamond, what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu belt are you, Evan? I'm not. I've never been graded. I've never competed in gi competitions, so I've never done technical Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I competed in no-gi grappling, but never in Jiu-Jitsu. So when I say I did Jiu-Jitsu tournaments, it was no-gi, so it's not real Jiu-Jitsu. Smoke wars, piss wars, drunk wars. I'm gonna fuck Marcus up and all that. Crazy George, bad mom. Yeah, Crazy George is a bad dude. For sure he is. We have talked an awful lot about how awesome Crazy George is tonight. 3 stripes, blue belt myself. You got stripes on a fucking blue belt? Jesus Christ. Who the fuck is proud of being a 3rd stripe blue belt? What are you, fucking 7? I did watch the fights on the weekend. Yes, they were awesome. I've had lots of people telling me that they were black belts outside of the bar. And I always have the same reaction. Cool. At least your pants won't fall down while you get your fucking shit kicked in here. Fuck off. But yeah, when I was competing in jiu-jitsu, it was never in gi. And I'd also never taken a jiu-jitsu class the entire time I was competing. So what's the star for new to this stuff? The star is just for people that are members on the channel. So when I start doing my members only videos, you know, probably just going to be like the old dumb fucking stories. Because there's some fucking stupid shit that I've done. And people remind me of these stories. So I'm just going to post a bunch of dumb fucking videos like that in that section. Plus, you know, your name comes up a different color. You can get the star and stuff like that. I'm going to try to download some pictures or upload some pictures. Not very good at this stuff. So that you get little fucking symbols instead of just the stars next to your name for being members. Somebody who used to be a 2-stripe blue belt is probably proud of 3 stripes. Well, yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't be going around telling everybody. Did you do freestyle wrestling or Greco? Both. Freestyle, Greco, and Scholastic. But Greco was definitely, that was my jam. I don't like shooting. I do. I mean, I can do it. But generally when I was really competitive with somebody, I would be more of a guy that would bait them to shoot and immediately start countering and scrambling versus being the guy to initiate the shots. So Greco was really nice for me, so we could just tie up and I didn't have to ever be forced into shooting towards legs. So it worked out well for me because we have to engage and tie up where I could start attacking more. So Greco was definitely a lot more up my alley. Let's see. I become a member. Marcus, you're not allowed to become a member. YouTube banned you from becoming a member. But Marcus Thompson, not allowed being a member. There's no membership option of being a guy that pretends to drink, Marcus. Sorry. Body lock. Fuck yeah. What the fuck? Pork chop. What's going on? Zoom on your phone. Well, I can try sending you a new link, but I don't know if that's going to work so well. And where are we now? hip toss from Marcus incoming. Oh, Marcus, hip toss and shit. Judo doesn't work against wrestlers. Yeah, it also changes the color of your name as well. Him prefers body lock, not surprised at all. Well, there's a few things that come with that. Marcus isn't a member, he's an enabler. That's hilarious. Frank, an amateur compared to my level. Oh, get fucked, Marcus. You can't drink and judo shit. All the usual suspects I see. I hope everyone is enjoying their summer. Summer's almost over, and I didn't even enjoy it yet. I haven't even been outside. I'll be a member on Marcus's channel before he's a member on mine. Bring pork chop on. Need to hear about the right arm dominance. Yeah. Uncle John didn't even tell me about how strong Curtis was right-handed. Marcus has paid his dues 1,000 times over. Yeah, I'm sure he has. I just think it's funny that he can't become a member. It's hilarious. Marcus is not a kung fu master. Pork chop is short and wide. I don't think pork chop will be pulling Carnegie anytime soon. It doesn't make sense. I love being banned. Only if they have jacket. Pork chop, put the spliff down, quit tapping booty, and get on the call. He's a busy man. He's a busy man. Next time you end up in CA, we should train. Yeah, it's not too often. Haven't you get a double braid on that beard? What do you mean double braid? Like 2 braids? It takes too long to do that. I just have to tie it up whenever I'm on the bike because I end up with like, it's all in my eyes. My mustache, the motherfucker just smashes into my eyeballs. I have to wear glasses. But yeah, the double braid, even braiding it just takes too long. It's whatever, tie it up. Summer just starting here, setting the pool up this week. Wow, that is a late start to summer, bud. We're fucking almost halfway through July. Give Marcus a hammer at least. No, Marcus gets no hammers. You can't trust a drunk Irishman with a hammer. Pressure getting to Devin, Paul Maiden, and me team up now. Oh my God. I give 0 fucks about how Paul Maiden's going to fucking do any of that shit. BJ Fakakis and Paul in. I can't wait to see that, but I think BJ's going to run right over Paul. I don't want him to. I like BJ. He's a great wrestler, but dude, you got to turn the YouTube off if you're on here.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you fucked it all up. You suck at this.
No, I had to copy the link and paste it in Safari. I don't know. I suck. I suck at technology, but somehow I figured it out, and I'm high as fuck. So
you're always high as fuck.
I know.
How do you get so high when you're only 5'7"?
Fucking hilarious. I didn't know my height would be so popular.
It's not. It's unpopular, but we talk about it just the same. Now, Curtis.
Good thing I'm not 6'2" or over 6 because I'd be Levon.
I don't know if you're quite hairy enough to be Levon. Now, Curtis, I'm hoping you hopped on this channel to tell me something.
Well, I'm very strong. Very
How strong?
Very.
You know, I love hearing about it.
Right now, I'm not, but I was strong when I showed up to nationals. That's for sure.
We actually didn't even cover what your right hand did at nationals. We talked about your left hand.
Yeah, it blew the fuck up. It was terrible.
But
I was an idiot. I should have lied down to Kyle Rayner to recover, but of course I'm just fucking in the moment and wasn't thinking straight.
Well, here's the thing. If you could have gotten through Kyle Rayner, you would have had all sorts of time to sit there and recover in the A side.
I know.
While SB had all of these matches instead of you dropping the B side and having to deal with SB again while you're still tired. So that's not, it was basically a stupid decision.
With Kyle Rayner, it was the same thing as when he beat me in Tweed. My arm gassed with Rick, and then he beat me. Same thing. I was so gassed, I had nothing, and he's super fucking strong. You have. Well,
I mean, the dude's beating you twice. You're gonna have to stop saying his luck somewhere.
Well, no, I smashed him right arm. Don't worry. He beat me right in tweed. I smashed him right arm at nationals. He just beat my left. It was blown up. What can I say?
But left-handed in tweed, you beat him.
I beat him left in tweed. He beat me right in tweed.
Oh, so
It was opposite at nationals. But
wow, people want to know what would happen with you and BLM.
Where both I was gassed each one.
We got fans asking, what would happen? You versus Mulvihill.
Right now?
Well, not right now, but 2 months from now, you're both ready.
I mean, I feel I'm definitely a better arm wrestler now. I don't really have motivation to pull like Brandon, but I think I could possibly beat him now. What do you think? What do you think?
Question wasn't asked to me.
I mean, I feel like everything's coming together well. So, I mean, he's faster. Obviously, I'm stronger. I'm a bit better of an arm wrestler now. I've improved.
Stronger where? That's the thing.
My pronation's much more.
If
so
you
my
guys
ability,
pull that way, I'm pretty sure we all know where that's going to go.
Yeah.
But are you able to get it there? Are you strong enough at this versus his that?
I think I would be now.
So you just win.
In straps.
Well, the other thing is Mulvihill has been to like one practice since Alberta.
Only one?
Yep.
Yeah, he's not.
Now, he's got an awful lot of shit on the go in his personal life right now.
Yeah, he's busy.
And no match coming up. So taking some time to rest is not necessarily a bad thing.
I think he's training at home, though. He told me he's eating good. He's not drinking, not partying. He's still training at home and working out.
Yeah. No, he's still on the weights. He's picked up new handles. He's still working out, but he hasn't been to practice. He's not on the table.
Well, I mean, he is busy. So I don't know. He needs to be, though. He should be if he wants to. I mean, his next match is against what, Artem?
Yeah, but I mean, fuck, he doesn't need to train for Artem.
No, but Artem looks a lot bigger now, though, too.
Right. He's just a bigger, softer pile of shit. It's not a big deal.
Okay. Still, though, you never know, man. You should be trying to.
No, I do know. Artem sucks. Artem sucks dick a fucking pussy when it comes to arm wrestling.
Yeah, I think pretty sure Brandon's got him definitely for sure. On paper, anyway, he's got him, no problem.
This is one of the biggest mismatches I've ever seen in arm wrestling.
Yeah, I know.
All right, we got a super chat here.
I was like, what the hell?
Curtis, we got a super chat addressed to you. White Wolf sent in a super chat. So, Curtis, what is the real origin of your nickname? Devin, your favorite meal? None of the above.
The real origin is really, it was in Gatineau. I walked in and Devin just literally looked at me and said, "Hey, pork chop." And then it's pork chop ever since.
Now,
I mean, the girls know why my nickname is pork chop, but I won't say anymore.
Except your name came from a dude, so that makes it fucking weird.
Yeah, well, the chicks dig it anyway, so it's good. It's all good.
The girls come up with their own idea of why they call you.
Yeah, exactly.
So this was back when Devin was still smoking dope. He was just all stoned and thought you looked like a pork chop.
Yeah, he might have been stoned that practice. That was a while ago.
That's what I figured it was always. It was just.
Yeah, it's quite the nickname, that's for sure.
I think it's a fucking hilarious nickname.
I know it is. It's funny. I'm a pig. What can I say?
Well, it really is suiting. You know, I don't even know how to make sense of that, but just knowing you, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll live with it.
Oh, dude. What do you mean I'll live with it? It's one of the coolest fucking nicknames that stands out. Like, you know how many fucking beasts there are?
Yeah, I know.
Monsters. Fucking. Just, there's so many generic nicknames that everybody's fucking going with.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. Having a nickname needs to kind of be personalized to you. How many fucking dudes have you ever heard called pork chop in any type of combative sport?
Never. I
can think of one. Just you know?
Yeah, I guess so. It's special.
And maybe it's because you're shaped like a pork chop. You know, you're not real tall, but you're super wide on one end. You come right down to nothing.
Yeah. I was about the same weight for nationals, but I was actually leaner. I'm a little bit leaner right now, but I'm more dense.
I don't think your whole body composition changes a whole lot in a month.
No, like I lost my waist. I'm usually in 38s with a belt, but because my thighs are big, but I was like 36s. I got into 36s, so I'm a lot leaner.
Fuck, I'm a 38 at 200 pounds.
Yeah. What do you weigh right now?
Like 240.
Yeah, you're
What
lean.
up, pork
You're
chop?
very lean. Hello, hey, how are you?
I'm well, brother. I'm well. Impressed
going
with
on,
your
Cobra?
power, my man. Impressed with your power.
Yeah, thanks, man. Wasn't
Yeah.
easy.
Hey, and you ain't got the biggest hand in the game either, but you're containing people, so that's impressive. That's hard work.
Yeah, no, for sure. SB's got a huge hand, that guy.
Yeah. And
I
yeah,
couldn't do I tried to like fight him up top out of straps. He actually kind of was getting my hand, but once I was in the straps, I went higher and I did a false start and it didn't feel good. So what I did was in the straps is I dropped my grip. I gripped him really low on his pronation and I was able to get my hook.
what you did was win. I don't know all the pronation and all those snooty words that they say now and stuff. I never heard that part ever.
Yeah.
So I still don't have it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I know what you're working with, and that is super impressive. Not just you taking down a Canadian legend, but just the work you've been putting in.
Yeah, that's it.
You've made the most out of your tools. Haven't squandered your possibilities like Evan has, getting beat by that ginger and all, and running off away and scared a schoolboy.
Okay, first of all, that wasn't even me that pulled against that ginger you're talking about. And second of all,
Oh, was it your evil twin? Or
it was some fucking imposter. Look, that dude didn't have a beard and he wasn't even drunk. Wasn't me.
man, you was high as giraffe pussy that day. I know it.
Oh man, at least I don't have an excuse. I didn't even smoke weed then.
Pork chop, I hope you slipped 500 to your PayPal for you giving up your time to come on this show. And another
be
question
great.
I have for the people. How many we got in the chat, Evan?
I don't know. I don't look at that. Like 100?
100. Why ain't there 200? Come
There
on,
should be
guys,
113.
share this chat. It's on right now. We're about to get at it. Tell your mama. Tell your friends.
Oh, I told my mama it's time to go to bed when Cobra gets on. She's not allowed around you.
Your mama knows when she hears my name, it's time to get in bed. She knows this shit. She ain't trying to talk to you and hear you tell her.
Wow. Man,
She
you would
she's
swear that I
fucking
had set that up and planned to do that the way that came out that
like
smooth.
a softball, dude. Like a softball. My name's Jim Rice. Right over the Green Monster. Listen, I love you, Evan. But I'm really impressed, Pork Chop. That's all. I'm not gonna blow you too much on Evan's channel for show. If you was on Uncle John's, shit, I'd train you. But Evan can just be thankful the pimp showed up with Alex in the background instead of Schoolboy.
I thought that was Schoolboy.
If I had to picture me and Schoolboy on that Pork Chop, he'd have to pee every 3 minutes. You know?
I thought that was Schoolboy. Wait,
Wouldn't you,
that's
boo?
not Schoolboy?
Wouldn't you, boo? You have to go pee, huh?
Is that not Schoolboy though?
No, you sweet sticky thing, you.
When you look
Funny,
him
yeah,
up,
the
that's
background.
Schoolboy.
That's his brother, Alex.
That's his brother. Yeah.
Wait, so who was I supposed to arm wrestle? I thought it was arm wrestling him.
No, he would have broke your fucking life. Schoolboy just would have whooped your arm.
I don't know.
No, you
You didn't
don't.
look that big.
That's why the was telling you, honey. That's why the big dick gangster is trying to educate your dumb ass. You don't
He
want
looks like he's the same size as you, Cobra.
Oh no, he's 220 and he will fucking make you do cartwheels off the stage. He'll hit you so fucking hard. He'll look like Nadia Comaneci, motherfucker, on go.
Evan's used to doing cartwheels off the stage, eh, buddy?
I've done a couple.
He does a
Couple
lot of
table
split-
breaks
Hey,
and flips.
hey, Pork Chop. He do a lot of splits in motel rooms too.
Only if the money's right.
Yeah, mother. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bogart the conversation. Let me get back to what I was doing.
Well, the problem is if I don't do the splits properly in them hotel rooms, Cobra, man,
I don't get my money.
I'm not afraid of saying too many things to too many people, but telling Cobra I ain't got no money for you is one of those things I just ain't gonna say.
You ain't gonna say that. No. We know. We know.
Yeah.
How come you're not at 10,000 now? Uncle John's at 10,000 subs. Why is Evan not at 10,000 subs?
Well, Cobra, because that's Uncle John. And Uncle John shouldn't be at 10,000 subs. Uncle John should be at 100,000 subs.
100, yeah, 100K, 6 digits.
He should be wherever the fuck he should be, but it's a fuck of a lot higher than he is right now.
Yeah.
And I am quite happy with being half of where he is.
Are you half of where he is?
Yeah. He's at 10,000. I'm at 5,000.
You got 5 stacks? Man, I'm like 400 from 5 stacks or something.
I think I'm 13 people away.
28 every hour. I don't know.
I'm like 13 people away from 5,000, but half of where Uncle John is probably where I should be. Uncle John is really good at this stuff. And I'm a drunk fucking idiot that just likes talking shit and people like hearing it.
I
Real
missed
arm
Uncle John
wrestlers.
pulling after. I missed him on the after pulls. I was late for the after pulls in the party. But I partied with Len and Dustin Hooten. He's fun to party with.
Oh man, all those boys are awesome. I love those.
It's awesome out there, man. We smoked a lot of dope, got into some mushrooms. It was a good time.
Were any other brothers there? Or
Just Dustin and Len.
Okay, because Dylan and Dalton, those dudes are awesome too.
Yeah.
And man, on that wall, Porkchop got Napoleon's wardrobe on his wall back there. Look at all them ribbons. Porkchop fucking everything up.
There's a few, not too bad. 4 years of arm wrestling.
4 years. Damn. My God.
Jesus
I can't
Christ.
tell him to get out now. It's too late. He's hooked. He got that first hit.
Well, I was always in the gym training and I was never doing anything with it. I'm like, I'm going to just try arm wrestling. So I Googled the tournament, went to the tournament and been doing it ever since.
What
I was actually reffing the first tournament Porkchop walked into.
Something, what said like, I'm going to try arm wrestling? How old were you when you said, I'm going to try arm wrestling?
2018. So I was 32.
Jeez.
We actually talked about your very first event tonight earlier on the show.
Did you?
Night before that, my brother kind of suplexed me off his deck and balcony and ruptured my kidney and broke my ribs. So when I was reffing that whole day, I was pissing blood with ruptured kidneys. It was terrible.
Sexy.
So I'm reffing your fucking the event, and we see this Porkchop dude walking in. Nobody's ever met him. Nobody knows who the fuck he is. Everybody's like, "Hey, who the fuck is the dwarf Jay Cutler?"
Yeah,
I hid in the corner and drank Guinness.
Squirrel, right?
I seen Devin and I was like, oh my God. And so I hid in the corner and just started drinking Guinness beer.
So his first fucking match was Chris Gobby, right? Now, I was actually putting money on Gobby because that dude.
Talk him out of that power, huh?
Well, Gobby is just the guy that fucking will always, he's a little dude, but he always beats these big jacked up new guys, right? Like that's what he makes his money on. These guys like that don't know how to arm wrestle, but they're big and strong and it's easy to hook. And that's just what he did.
I made a career on that. Hooking guys.
And then when you went, as soon as that match started, and Gobby just let go. No, fuck this.
He wanted no part of
fucking Dwarf Jay Cutler looks pretty strong.
Yeah.
Cobra, get this though. Porkchop's second match was Devin Larrett.
Did he stick him in the middle?
I'm reffing. I get them straightened out. Devin's being a fucking dickhead in the setup, right? I guess the guy that's never been on a table before. I'm like, holy fuck.
He's scared.
Dwarf Jay Cutler's got to be actually pretty fucking strong if Devin's being this fucky about it.
Boy,
I get him straightened.
A little more blonde.
I yell, go. Yeah, he was blonder then. And he had longer hair.
Oh, nice. There you go.
And he wasn't as fat. He was more bodybuilder looking then.
I see
so
it.
I yell, go. And Devin just drives hook. Smash.
Why
and it stops dead. Devin just picks his fucking arm off the table and shakes it out. Like, oh fuck, what happened here?
That's the day Devin really got good at the King's move, huh? He figured it all out then.
On the restart, Devin said fuck it and just top rolled through him pretty quickly. But
he looked like Davey Patton on that restart, huh?
when you see Devin, right now. Yeah, he was a 225 guy at this time, but
Right.
still, when you're a world level dude
Yeah.
and you hit into a hook on somebody that's never arm wrestled before and it
And back out.
stops, what the fuck?
Yeah. Not saying I ever did that. It's very rare that I dove in. I would finish a cat inside, but
What it went there, but
if I chose that.
Remember Alex Paquette match after Devin?
right. So Devin then beat Paquette, and it was you and Paquette in the B side. Do you know who Alexander Paquette is, Cobra?
He's a Canuck, right?
Yeah, he's from Quebec. But
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Is he like from Serge Usado's guys, Saint Michel, that area?
yeah, he's fucking badass though. He's like 6'3", 240, fucking dude's jacked, and he's strong as fuck.
Oh, is he one of the handman? Who's the handman, the strong kid up there we used to pull in Amos? He was heavyweight though, but he was more of a strength guy.
Oh, you're talking like Mike the Destroyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the steel bending and shit.
I knew him when he was a teenager.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, you are
Now
taking
he's
a fuck at yourself there.
Hey, now he's a little more like blackened out, Chris Angel'd out. I think Chris Angel might have got his ideas from him.
I think you're bigger than him now.
Oh man, fuck your face.
I'm serious.
He's got to be minimum 250.
Nope. The Destroyer, he went from like 320 or whatever, but he pulls a 155.
Like a half Undertaker, half
Yeah. He went from like that 320 to 155.
that dude's hands were strong as fuck.
Well, he still does all the steel bending and everything, but he's just small little dude now.
How about I got a guy for you, Christian Goyer.
Christian Goyer.
Steve
I know
Morneau.
Alain Goyer.
Steve Morneau.
I know Steve Morneau, yeah.
yeah.
Morneau.
Steve Belejon from Amos. Steve
Denis
Belejon.
Dubray.
No, of course, Boo Boo. Yes. Yeah, I remember Boo Boo. He was like 16 and I was 18.
You ever fuck with the Dragon or what?
Yeah. It was like 100-0 until he beat me like at Yukon's in Florida one match. He got me one match. Jason Vale beat me that day as well. Because Serge, all those Saint Michel tournaments, the Louis Cyr championships, Amos, we were always all there banging. Me, him, Steve Belejon in the upper class, Sylvain Perron, Serge Usodo, of course, one of the most beautiful power hookers ever to do it at 150 to 165 pounds. Beautiful, beautiful technique. And you see, he's on Snakebook. You see that guy, friend him. What a class act of a person.
You ever pull on those, speaking of hooking, you ever pull on those Israel tables?
I don't know. They were just tables. I pull in a fire pit, man.
Yeah, the Israel stuff is all real new. Cobra hasn't arm wrestled years.
To answer your question, I pulled in Israel.
Okay.
Not Israel.
The table.
Israel. It's a dude that makes his own tables and handles and shit now, and they're really nice.
Oh no, I did, bro.
It's all recent.
Bro,
Felt like I had a.
I don't have a
smaller.
I haven't
Like
owned
I was out of room to hook. That
I haven't
makes any
owned
sense.
5 years, bro.
I gotta take a piss. I don't know what you guys are fucking talking about.
Yeah, I'm put schoolboy up. Beat your ass. Scared motherfucker.
I'm so fucking tired, man. I got no sleep on the weekend, so I slept all day. So right now I'm just a zombie.
Hey, Pork Chop, you ever watch that 70s show?
With that was with I only remember the redheaded chick on that. And you Pusher, that one?
Dumbass. Remember the dad?
Eric, I tell you what, I'm gonna kick your ass, boy.
Who? Me?
Huh?
You talking to me? Don't even know who you are, buddy.
Playing character, bro.
Pork
I
Chop.
love it.
He looks a lot like Red from that 70s show. But you didn't watch that 70s
I
show.
don't remember.
Does anybody in the chat find it fucking weird that this fucking weird bald dude is always hanging around with no clothes on at Cobra's house?
We're at his house, bro.
I'm not sure if that's weird or not. Fuck. God damn.
Show me your nips, Dad.
Holy fuck. This turned into fucking Trailer Park Boys real quick.
He looks more like Leahy.
Yeah. That's savage. He's a
Felt
savage.
like your big cousin there that came to the practice that you got in a fight with. What's his name again?
Oh,
He got in a
TJ.
fight with his cousin.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, my cousin TJ. I had to give him a little choke in there on my birthday. He got out of hand.
He's hilarious. I like that guy.
Oh, man. I got some footage of us training the day after something. I know we were all torn up and sore, and I never bothered. I haven't edited and put it together yet. But we tried to do some next level training where we need more than just beer to get stronger. And
You're feeling
fucking
blown.
TJ's fucked up, man.
Oh, well.
He was putting, we couldn't stand arm wrestle with him because he didn't have no deodorant on and he smelled so bad.
Oh, I
So
bet.
he's spraying brake cleaner and shit in there.
Oh,
Had an angel on your shoulder, girl.
I'll never forget when he walked in your garage. I never had met him. Holy fuck. I'm thinking, look at this dude, man.
This bald guy hanging out over in Clover's all the time with no shirt.
Yeah, I don't know. That's funny.
I'm way too high for this guy.
That's a little weird, huh? Pork chop tired as hell, man. Hey,
Oh, fuck yeah.
yeah.
I finally just smoked a joint. I hadn't had a joint all day, so I'm just nice and lit up.
Yeah, you baked, and then I throw that guy in your face, right?
Yeah, it was
What is
trippy,
going
not
on?
gonna lie.
Yeah, right? It's great, right?
Pork chops.
Awesome.
So
I'm gonna
get
quit.
yourself
I'm
some
gonna
nice
quit writing for
OVHH
Chappelle
handles
and do
here.
my own shit.
Oh, I know. Those look awesome. Nice.
Even says
I'll show you.
OVHH right there in the handles.
Is that John's mustache's creation?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was showing me some. They look sick.
Yeah, you're gonna get
All you need
those.
is butt.
They fucking feel great in your hand, man. They're awesome.
Yeah, your husband's an internet celebrity. That's an
But I'm not
internet
going to stay
celebrity.
on long, bro. I'm going to train here. before
Yeah,
I fall
we're
asleep.
not staying on long here either because he keeps showing me this fucking weird naked dude.
I'm just
So-
waiting for some other crazy shit here. No.
But Cobra, I'd love to stay and chat with you and stuff. It's just
Yeah.
that
Is my time running out?
yeah, well, it's really fucking creepy. So bye.
I think that guy's awesome. That was weird, man. I don't
No,
know.
it's fucking hilarious. But I got a big day tomorrow, so I'm gonna head it home. Pork chop, I'll let you actually say goodbye. You want to say goodbye to people? Just kidding. Fuck off. And I am gonna be shutting it down in like one more beer. But I wanted to say goodnight to the fans personally without all those dipshits in here bugging me. I couldn't keep up with the chat with all these guys. So I'll have this beer, and then I'll have like another beer, and like maybe 2 hours more worth of beers. Fuck, I hope not. I got way too much to do tomorrow. One more beer after this one. I'll have a smoke, have a beer, and then I'm fucking off. So any questions? Shoot them in now. My beer count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 15 out of this case. And maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 before that. Nothing crazy tonight. Here we go. One more beer. As if, beer man, we're not new here. Well, I told you that might not be the thing, but I'm trying to keep it that way. I'd like to actually get to bed early tonight. Last orders, folks. Marcus, I thought you were going to the fucking pub like 2 hours ago. Evan's gonna have just one more little drinky poo. That's it. We'll call it a night. No big deal. One more little drinky poo before I become the liquor. Also, I apologize to all of my friends, but I think I'm quitting drinking beer this week. Sucks. I'm switching to just liquor for a while. Do you drink that many beer every night? No, not every night. Usually it's more. Cobra needs a dock crew following him. Yeah, he does. That'd be pretty funny. That dude's he's an interesting fellow, that's for sure. I'm not sure I really want to know what the fucking weird relationship is with him and that weird dude. So maybe not. I gained 7 pounds yesterday, new tissue. I took pictures this morning. Weird. Are you still pulling Crazy George this year? We're supposed to be doing it in September. I am the liquor. Gotta get that weight down. Yeah, so I just found a really good deal on some vodka. And I like vodka and vodka with Fresca. So the last time I was down to 220, the only thing I did was switch from drinking beer to drinking vodka and Fresca. And just weight just falls off. So I'm going to try that for a while. Especially because I found cheap liquor. Right. Oh, fuck. I got fitted for that suit. I think I'm about the same size when I got fitted for the wedding. But if I don't fit in the suit, we're going to have to make Alan wear the suit and I'll have to wear the dress. And that's just fucked up. It's going to set the tone wrong for our whole fucking wedding. Right. Cheap vodka. So here's the thing. I got offered this deal where this vodka is apparently it's strong. Strong vodka. 85 proof. I'm like, motherfucker, that's only 42.5%. It's not that really strong. It's a little stronger. I mean, it might taste stronger, but that's just because it wasn't distilled as much. So I don't think that's such a big deal. Well, you get fucking drunk. We watch this guy. He drinks 26er, no problem. And he needed his wife to come pick him up after drinking a 26er of this. So I looked at the bottles. Most people don't understand how big a bottle actually is. A 26er in metric becomes 750 milliliters. A 40 ouncer in metric is 1.14 milliliters or 1.14 liters. These bottles are 1 liter, so it's way bigger than a 26er, but not quite as big as a 40 ouncer. But they're for the price of less than a 26er. So that's where the deal comes in. It's the volume. I'm not going to try to explain math to people, but I will buy cheap vodka. Yeah, we do have a still. We've made our own Sugar Shine lots, but I don't have my own still and nowhere to run it. But yeah, no, whenever my boys are available and we can fucking run a few batches out, we get in that. Frank, I'm more beer monster. Drink pints like me. Oh, Jesus, Marcus. One of these days, you should actually get in here and drink pints with me to see if it's even real. We're going to show up there and you're going to realize you actually have to keep up with me. So I'm going to win arm wars, and then I'm going to win drunk wars. Then I'm going to win choke wars and piss wars. And then I'm going to go fuck up Paul Lynn while Uncle John kicks him in the balls. Hashtag MT. Cobra. I forgot to ask Cobra who's going to win between Monster Michael Todd and Todd Hutchins. Yes, I could make 198 if I quit drinking and took it seriously. I'd have to cut to 198, I think. I think I might have gotten just a little too big to walk at 198, but I mean, I used to walk under 200 pounds and cut to 170, so I'm sure I could easily get close. Marcus, Evan, me, chat, meet in Vegas, drink wars, dab wars. I'm not in for dab wars. I get to round 1 and I'm out. Marcus, I hope you don't turn up on stream like what's his face, Eric. You know you're drunk when you call Paul Maiden Paul Lid. Getting stabbed for that one, bro. Paul Maiden should fucking love me if I call him Paul Lid. It's like the only time he's ever been referred to, but as somebody cool. Do. Man, I suck at computers. So bad. Oh, yeah. Paul Maiden sucks. Paul Lynn's awesome. He should be happy if I said that. Paul Maiden, yeah. What is your match with Tom Nelson? We definitely want to fucking sort that out. Paul Lynn, I'd be very interested with a match with Paul Lynn left-handed. Right-handed, not so much. Pretty sure that's all him. Also, Paul Lynn's not a really fun guy to build anything up with. The guy's just too nice of a fucking guy. But look, when you're trading for drunk wars, and you call Paul Lynn Paul Maiden, like, whatever, I'm trading for drunk wars. Fuck, I'm busy. You can't trade for drunk wars and remember people's names. I'm convinced Maiden is Pickup's cousin. They might be like that weird sister cousin thing that they like to fuck each other. Alan is having tables at his weddings too. Yes, he is. And hopefully I have a match there. I don't know what happened. Yep. Fuck things up. Whatever. Yeah, we are definitely going to have tables there. I'm supposed to pull JP Wabachi that day. I'd like to do it at the wedding afterwards. That'd be a good time. Cover, reset the link if you want to come give your opinion on the Monster Factory event. Check out Montana Arm Wrestling. It's there in the chat. Is Montana even like a real place? Is there anything there? Is there anybody any good in Montana? Because I've never heard of it. Isn't that where fucking that TV show Yellowstone was in Montana? JP gonna beat Evan, I'm sure. I fucking doubt it. Fucking doubt it. No, the dude's huge, but he sucks shit at arm wrestling, so can't see it. If he does beat me, can't see it, but good for him. I don't know why people are so fucking upset about a loss here or there. People get better, people train, and if you haven't lost, you just haven't arm wrestled anybody better or anybody good. Oh. If you're not the best in the world, if you can't beat Levon, which if you're alive today, you can't, then If you haven't lost, it's because you're not trying to find out if you're good or not. So 2 guys who suck at arm wrestling pull each other. Nice. Must be a great match. Valley, go watch some fucking tennis or something, you fucking weirdo. Well, Kevin Bongard used to be very, very good, but Kevin Bogard, I never heard of him, but if he's like Kevin Bongard, but he just smokes all of the weed, I want to meet that guy. Sounds fun. Yellowstone is in Wyoming and Montana. Same thing. Either way it go down, I put prize money up. Evan versus Paul Maiden. What prize money? I never heard of no prize money. Motherfucker, you gotta tell me these things. What do you think of Emil and Chance smashing Brandon? Not surprised. Emil and Chance are both fucking very good. And Alcester, he's good, but not them. I'm actually in contract disputes about playing Eggman in the next Sonic movie, but they don't want to pay me anything. They're waiting for the whole defamation lawsuit. I recently started banging Amber Heard and she shit on my bed. So I'm like fighting with Disney over whether or not I'm Eggman in the next one. Chance made Brandon's hair look stupider than it already does. Well, I don't know if it was Chance or Brandon that did that, but that happened. Tony Scott, Hope is from MT, has 1 arm and 1 Nationals left arm. I believe he's won Worlds before as well. Tony Scott, Hope. Is a 1 arm dude? Shank Wars. Cobra all day. Evan sounds awesome, bro. Grats. I don't know. Oh, yeah, in a lawsuit. I hope I win. The whole Amber Heard thing, I mean, the shitting on my bed thing sucks, but before she went crazy, it was kind of cool. It's Amber Heard. Pork Chop beat SB A side, and then Pork Chop lost to Rainer A side, and then lost to SB in the B side and C side. So Pork Chop did not finish first, but he did beat SB, and SB did win it. So that's how that went. All right, guys, it is that time of the day. I'm heading to fuck off. And yeah, I probably won't be around Thursday. Too busy with the wedding and shit. Sunday, possible. I wouldn't count on it. Gonna be hungover as fuck after the wedding. Probably see y'all next Tuesday. Have a good night, guys. And we will see you all soon.